Live it up, be you, have fun, have no regrets, and never let anyone hold you back.
Our final queen candidate for tonight is Sammy Gwynn, daughter of Bob and Laura Gwynn. Sammy's activities are art and youth group. In her spare time, she likes to hang out with her friends, eat food, and goof around. Sammy's favorite KCHS memory was when her and Natalie got detention. It was the best because it was their first official detention and they received cupcakes and funny stories. By the way, Mrs. Richards, they're really sorry. Her future plans include graduating from college, getting on the path God has planned for her, and then coast from there and see where things go. Her advice to the underclassmen is, I know every senior says this, but enjoy high school because it really does fly by.
Lance Ralston is Sammy's escort. He is the son of Charles and Dana Ralston. His activities include working. In Lance's spare time, he likes to work on his Trans Am, hunt, fish, man stuff. His high school expectation is to graduate. In the future, he plans to attend Pittsburgh State University for automotive engineering. He would say to the underclassmen, don't waste time. It's the only thing worth more than money.
Our flower girl this evening is Kimberly Redicop, daughter of Justina and Willie Redicop. Kimberly's favorite color is purple, and zebras are her favorite animal. Her favorite food is pancakes, and when she grows up, she wants to be a teacher.
Boone McDonald is our crown bear tonight. He is the son of Devin and Kyla McDonald. Boone's favorite color is pink, ligers are his favorite animal, and his favorite foods are cheese sticks and pizza. When Boone grows up, he wants to be a basketball player, football player, and a baseball player.
And now, the moment we have all been waiting for. The Kiowa County High School student body has voted, and your 2014 Kiowa County High School Fall Homecoming King and Queen are
Nick Mole
and Denise Ramos.
Congratulations to our king and queen. The students would like to thank everyone for coming out tonight. We hope you will enjoy tonight's game.
Standing the whole game.
And welcome to Greensburg, Kansas for the first home football game of the Mavericks 2014 season. Kiowa County welcomes the Ashland Blue Jays into town for this homecoming matchup. I'm Matt Christensen doing play-by-play for tonight's game, and I'm joined by color commentator Travis Barnes.
Hello. Kiowa County has been off to a rough start this season after a very successful 2013 campaign. They went undefeated in the regular season last year and advanced to the regional round of the football playoffs before being knocked out by Hoxie. They've dropped their first two games this season, however, losing 58-12 to Hodgman County, who made it to the state finals last year, in their season opener, and 44-36 to Mineola last week.
Blue Jays are faring a bit better this season. They're 1-1 early on this year. They took a heavy loss to South Central in their season opener, but they bounced back for a nice 44-12 victory against Fowler last week. Now, the Blue Jays offense is commanded by their senior quarterback, number 4, Corey McCann. He's thrown the ball more often than is typical for an 8-man offense. He has 31 attempts so far for the first 2 games. He's had some success. He's got 11 completions and 3 touchdown passes. Unfortunately for the Blue Jays, he's also had a tendency to maybe be a little bit careless with those passes. He has 3 interceptions as well, although a lot of those probably can be chalked up to a very, very formidable South Central defense. When he's not airing it out, McCann's usually handing the ball to a pair of junior running backs. That's number 11, Nathan Reimer, and number 33, Cole Conradi. Conradi's doing the bulk of the rushing duties with 35 carries for 204 yards and 3 touchdowns the first 2 games.
Well, the Mavericks have split time between 2 primary quarterbacks this season, and both of them are juniors. Number 3, Poncho Bandman, and number 22, Dylan Jacks. Now, Jacks is injured tonight, so I'm guessing that the Bandman is probably going to be getting a majority of the snaps tonight. Both of them have been doing a lot more damage with their legs than their arms through the first games. But Bandman's been making the most of his opportunities, averaging over 7 yards a carry. So hopefully we'll see him carry the ball quite a little bit tonight and put some yards up there and some points on the board.
Again, injuries may be a concern for the Mavericks. They have a couple players out, but we'll see how it goes. Should be a really good game here for opening off the home season for the Mavericks here. For now, we're going to go run a few commercials. We're about 12 minutes away from kickoff. Hope you join us for what's sure to be a very great game on a beautiful night.
We're a unit bank, which means we're totally independent.
We're open 6 days a week. We have a full line of deposit accounts, internet banking, debit cards, travel cards.
We offer loans, checking accounts, savings accounts, investments.
In our facility here, we have a drive-up, safe deposit boxes, just a full line of banking services for our customers.
Our purpose is to serve Kiowa County and contiguous counties. We represent the banking needs of the people of Greensburg in a first-class manner.
Southern Plains Co-op in Greensburg is proud to offer Bayer Crop Science crop protection products. Chewing bugs, fungal diseases, and grasses needlessly kill or drastically limit corn and soybean production each year. Innovative Bayer Crop Science products control these unwanted intruders. That means increased yields for more grain in the bin at harvest. Let Southern Plains Co-op protect your crops with Bayer Crop Science products. At Southern Plains, we deliver service. Let Southern Plains Co-op take the worry out of choosing corn and soybean seed. For powerful performance at harvest, we know Mycogen seeds deliver. Global breeding and vigorous testing results in hybrid seeds with guts. That's true value that makes a difference. Maximize your seed investment for higher yields at harvest. Choose Mycogen hybrids from Southern Plains Co-op in Greensburg. At Southern Plains, we deliver service and Mycogen seeds.
The weather just seemed a little bit unusual.
The sound was just deafening.
You can hear and feel things just breaking up.
School was gone, my church was gone, my town was gone. What are we going to do?
We could rebuild. We could start over and rebuild a whole community. Let's rebuild the town. Let's work together. Let's try to do it right.
The spirit of the community, we will rebuild.
Maybe we do have to do it different.
To be able to make a difference that can be felt for generations, it's very exciting.
Come and experience the story in Greensburg.
The
internet has drastically changed the way we communicate. Are you keeping up with the times? The Kiowa County Media Center can connect you with viewers in markets all over the region, the state, and the world. Our technology keeps us on pace with the high demand of internet video content. Bring your audience from anywhere in the world to your wedding, conference, sporting event, concert, and much more. No one does high-quality video streaming like us. We are the Kiowa County Media Center, leading the new age of communication.
As people dump ice on their head, money continues to roll in.
The ALS Ice Bucket Challenge is trending worldwide.
Many people know about the movement but don't know how to donate.
ALS, often referred to as Lou Gehrig's disease, is a disease that affects nerve cells in the brain and the spinal cord.
Completing the challenge isn't all you can do. You can go to the website alsa.org and donate there, or by using your phone or even mail.
Every small donation makes a difference.
What is Rotary? Rotary is working together with common values and vision. Rotary is worldwide to eradicate polio, dig clean water wells, and save lives. Together, Rotarians grow local economies like ours, right here in Kiowa County. Rotary activities bring leaders together to combine resources for community success. You can be a part of the big picture. Support Rotary projects here and abroad. Join us. Place service over self. Together in Rotary.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's contest between your Kiowa County Mavericks
My name is Tom
and the
Corns.
Ashland
I'm
Blue
president
Jays.
of the Greensburg State Bank.
I'm Dee
I'd like
Corns.
to start with a public
I work
address
at the Greensburg
announcement.
State Bank.
Activity
Located
programs at Kiowa County
240
High School
South
are
Main.
primarily for the
We've
student
been here
participants.
since 1924.
We are pleased to hope
We're a
host
unit
our
bank.
guests from Ashland High School. This competition is being conducted according to the rules of the Kansas State High School Activities Association. Cheerleaders and spectators are expected to assist in the promotion and achievement of good sportsmanship. Good luck to both teams.
Soon following that will be kickoff.
Would you please stand and remove your headgear and face the south end of the field?
But first things first, we will be stopping for our national anthem.
Under the direction of Claire Mullender.
Camera 2, do a slight pan. Slow, slight pan, and push. Introduce our starters tonight for our guests, the Ashland Blue Jays. Number 4, Corey McCon, a senior, 6'1", 160 pounds. Number 14, Caleb Walker.
And welcome back. Again, ready for starting lineups. Leading things off for the Ashland Blue Jays is number 4, Corey McCann. Next is number 14, Nathan Reimer.
Number 33,
Number 24, Josh Berryman. Number 33, Cole Conradi.
6 foot, 165 pounds.
Number 34, Elliot White. Number 40, C.J. Bonilla. Number 55, Tayton Cunningham. And number 68, Samuel Brown.
Hey, Bert, need a pepper?
And now for the starting lineups for the Kiowa County Mavericks.
And now for your hometown team, Kiowa County Mavericks. Number 3.
Leading things off, number 3, Poncho Bandman, 5'6" junior, most likely getting most of the snaps quarterback here tonight. Number 10, Landon Davis, a 6-foot junior.
Number 40, 6'2" junior.
Number 40, a 6'2" junior, Brett McVeigh. Number 50, a 5'11" junior, Eric Torres. Number 55, a 5'11" junior, Sammy Cervantes. A lot of juniors starting for the Mavericks this year. Next up is number 57, Franco Holguin. He's a 5'8" sophomore. And finally, number 58, Aaron Heft, a 5'11" junior. And finally is a 6'1" senior, number 98, Jacob Irvin. So that will be the starting lineup tonight for both the Blue Jays and the Mavericks. And to start things off, we would like to thank some of our sponsors for this 2014 season of Maverick football.
The Media Center, in partnership with USD 422, would like to recognize our sponsors for Kiowa County Schools fall sports. Greensburg BTI, Greensburg Rotary, Greensburg First United Methodist Church, the Big Well and Visitor Information Center, Kiowa County Health Department, People's Insurance, People's Bank, Greensburg State Bank, Tyree Ag, Centera Bank, Schenck Chevrolet, and Southern Plains Co-op, with locations in Lewis, Greensburg, Belpre, and Centerview. And, of course, our good friend, Cheryl Heft.
She is everyone's good friend. So, with our sponsors thanked, we are just about ready to start here. Just one more formality to get out of the way, and that will be the coin toss to see who receives and what end of the field they'll be doing it from.
Excellent night for football tonight, Matt.
Yeah, little windy, pretty strong south wind going from south to north, so we're going to guess that will factor into the coach's decision on what they want to do if they were to win this coin toss.
And the kicking game as well.
Sadly, I have found the kicking games in 8-man football to be somewhat lacking. And just I've maintained for the last few years that I've wanted nothing more to see a kicked extra point or a field goal, but alas, have not been able to see one on this field yet. But I live in hope.
Keep hope alive, brother. Keep hope alive.
So Blue Jays won the toss. They elected to receive, and they will be receiving with their backs to the north end zone, which means they will start the game actually into that strong north or south wind. So we'll see how that affects their game plan. Again, if you remember back to our intro, they do have a tendency to throw the ball a little more often than most 8-man teams, but maybe not into the wind.
Yeah, I would absolutely expect them to try and establish a run early on. It's 8-man football. It's a track meet. I love it. Mix it up with a good pass here and there, but this nice 25-mile, 30-mile-an-hour wind could make a big difference.
But to play devil's advocate, you got to think that most defensive schemes mostly focus on run defense in 8-man. So if you have the ability to throw the ball,
absolutely,
could be very successful.
Franco Holguin setting up the kickoff for the Mavericks.
And here we go with the kickoff. Looks like number 33, Cole Conradi, back deep for the Blue Jays. And number 57, Franco Holguin, is doing the kicking for the Mavericks, and he is going to get a touchback as that goes to the back of the end zone.
Nice line drive kick, pushed by the wind. So it did play a factor.
Imagine how much wind push it would have got up in the air.
Yeah.
But still, good result for the Mavericks as Blue Jays will be backed up to their own 15 to start this opening drive. McCann under center. He's going to hand it off to Conradi. Tries to find some room around the right side. He's going to get a few yards. Actually, I'm mistaken. He's just fighting to get back to the original line of scrimmage. And that's all he does. That'll be a no gain, so bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, the Maverick defensive line did a really good job shutting down the gaps in that play. It kind of helps when you have a 300-pound plus nose tackle. Takes up a lot of room.
So 2nd and 10. Conradi, the lone back behind McCann. He's going to drop back to pass. Flush out of the pocket to the right, and he is going to throw the ball way out of bounds. Looks like he was looking for number 14, Caleb Walker.
Again, the Maverick defensive line got a lot of good pressure up front and really gave McCann not much time to do anything, so he had to throw that one away. So which was a smart heads-up play other than taking the sack.
Yeah, brings up 3rd and 10, so see if the Mavericks can stop them here and force a nice 3-and-out to start the game. McCann in the shotgun, no running backs. Hit pass off to the left, but met immediately. Nice play by number 55, Sammy Cervantes.
Yeah, Cervantes did a really good job wrapping him up, tackling him for a loss. Big defensive set for the Mavericks to start the game off.
So a loss of 1 on that play brings up 4th and 11, and got to think that the Blue Jays will be punting into this stiff wind, so could very much play into the Mavericks' favor. .45 left to play here in the first quarter. McCann's punt, you can very much see the effect of the wind there as it got hung up quickly, and it's going to go out of bounds right at midfield at the 40. So great field position for the Mavericks on their first drive.
And given the height and the amount of wind, really that's not a bad punt given the circumstances.
No, if he had been facing the other direction, that would have been an outstanding punt.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for the Blue Jays, they were directed into about a 15 to 20 mile an hour wind right there. So Mavericks start at the midfield. Bandman takes the snap. He's going to get a few yards up the middle, a couple yards, but not a lot of room there. Gain of 1 on that carry for Bandman. Brings up 2nd and 9. It's like the Mavericks running a different offensive set than they ran last year.
A little different personnel.
That is true. Bandman going to keep it around the left this side. He's got some room. And nice carry for Bandman. Going to be shy of a first down, but not before he picks up about 6 yards. Brings the ball out to the 32. We'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Yeah, he was led on that sweep there by homecoming king Nick Mole, so really nice blocking downfield.
Bandman again on the left side, and a lot of room here. He cuts inside, and nice block, finishing things off by Eric Torres, and Bandman has himself a touchdown run.
Very well executed play. Good blocking downfield. Bandman showed a nice ability to move out of the defender's way, break free a couple potential tackles, and excellent run. Good to get on the board on the first possession.
Yeah, game off to a very nice start for the Mavericks, forcing a 3-and-out on defense to start the game, and 3 plays leads to a touchdown on the offensive end. And we're going to have a play stoppage here before that extra point attempt goes live. We'll see what happens.
Illegal procedure.
So going to be an 8-yard 2-point attempt for the Mavericks here. You can see that touchdown run by Bandman. Nicely executed play. So 8 yards for the 2-point try for the Mavericks. We'll see what play call they get. And Bandman looks like he's going to throw. And not sure if that was intended for Mole or for Heft, but either way, incomplete. So no good on the PAT. And now that we have a score, we'd like to remind you that our scoreboard this season is brought to you by BTI, your local John Deere dealer in Greensburg, Buckland, Pratt, Ness City, and their new location in Hoxie. Find them at btiequip.com. The Media Center thanks them for their support. So, nice start to the home season for the Mavericks after they had a rough couple away games to start the year. We'll see if they can keep this momentum up and get their second consecutive stop. First things first, however, they're going to have the kickoff here. Again, Holguin is going to be doing the kicking honors, and Conradi back deep for the Blue Jays.
This Maverick team is really hungry for a victory after the first two losses. I think they've really learned a lot about themselves.
And that is an honest touchback. Conradi looks like he thought about going up for that, but probably wisely let it go. So starting from the 15, but going back to what you were saying, Travis, very much so. Again, most of these players were on last year's team, which had a lot of success, and I got to think that any loss whatsoever doesn't sit well with them, and they've got to be hungry for that first W for this 2014 season. Handoff goes to Conradi again. This time he's got some room, and he's not going to be stopped until Bandman wraps him up, but not before a gain of nearly 20. Actually call that a gain of 18. Be first and 10 from the 33.
Yeah, Conradi did a really good job getting out and getting around the corner, and most of the Mavericks were still stuck back around the line of scrimmage. Bandman did a nice job tracking him down, though, preventing a potentially very large play.
Well, the first drive, they did a lot of north-south runs. Didn't have success, so now it looks like they're going to go for those corners and sweep to the left this time, but that doesn't work at all.
Yeah, McVeigh,
I believe, wasn't it?
Yeah, Brett McVeigh did a really good job sniffing that out right from the start. He didn't even hesitate and went right at the pitch man.
Yeah, McVeigh just coming through unblocked there. Big loss on first down. Call it a loss of about 5, brings up second and 15. Can in the shotgun. Conradi next to him. Option play, and he's got some room, but nice tackle there by Torres.
Yeah, it got him by the shoelaces.
Still a decent run for McCann as he picks up about 7 or 8. It'll bring up third and let's call it 8 from just shy of the Blue Jay 36. Tried a little hitch pass on third and long last drive. We'll see what play call they go with here. Screen pass. That is complete to number 3, Reese Kay, but he is hit immediately upon receiving it, shy of a first down.
Heft gave a very big hit on that last play. Didn't wrap his guy up, but it was almost like a bowling ball coming through there and knocked him down.
So that play ended up gaining about 3 yards, but I think most of that was due to Heft's hit.
Yeah, he knocked him forward.
Still, fourth down for the Blue Jays. Looks like they're going to try punting. No one deep for the Mavericks. But that's a very nice punt for, looks like McCann doing the punting. And that's going to go out of bounds at the Maverick 14. So unlike last drive, Mavericks will be backed up here, but they do get the ball with the fresh set of chains.
Very impressed with the Ashland punter so far. I mean, punting into the wind like that, getting good height, good distance, giving his team a good chance to get downfield, cover the ball.
Yeah, McCann's shown a good arm here early this game, early this season, but obviously he's got a pretty good leg too. So Bandman lines up for the second drive for the Mavericks. He's going to keep it running to his right, and he's got room.
And blockers.
Being very patient, staying behind his blockers, and that's going to be a very nice gain out to about the 37. Actually, call it the 38. That's a gain of just shy of 25, so Bandman having a very good game here early.
Yeah, that was a very well executed play. Having the two blockers out in front of him, he just pretty much rode on their curtails the whole length. You know, something we were accustomed to the last couple of years with Powell, you know, is that he would break those runs free. But it's good to see good team football here.
Bandman hands it off to Davis here. He's going to bring it around the right side. He stopped around midfield. Call it out to about the 39. That's a gain of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. So running game for the Mavericks working pretty well here early.
Which is what we expected.
Yeah.
Or at least them to try and establish the run.
Last several years, Mavericks have almost always been a run-heavy offense. Bandman's going to keep it around the left side, and he's got room again. And he cuts it inside, and he will be tackled, but not before he gets inside the 20, down to the 17. And that is Bandman's 3rd big run of the night. Kind of see why he's averaging over 7 yards a carry so far this season. He's breaking off some big ones, or getting some yardage in big chunks.
And smart running, too. You know, being patient, waiting for his blocks to set up, waiting for the defenders to overshoot him, as on that last play there.
So 1st and 10 from the 17. And off to Davis. And that's actually going to be a halfback pass just off the fingertips of Bandman. That was almost a spectacular play.
Very close. Davis had an excellent arm on that. Really nice throw. Threw it on the money. Bandman just couldn't get both hands on the ball.
Just barely overthrew it, but that's where you want to do. No defender had a chance at it. Only player had a chance at it was Bandman, just slightly out of the reach of the fingertips. So brings up 2nd and 10. And Davis going to keep it again, and he's got room on the right side. Cuts inside, stops short of a touchdown, but it's going to be 1st and goal for the Mavericks inside the 5.
Again, good blocking up front. I've been very impressed with Brett McVeigh and his downfield blocking ability today. He's really leading his runners through the hole.
So call it 1st and goal from the 3. Mavericks try to put 6 more points on the board. And handoff went to Nick Mole. Not much room. Call it no gain on that play. Brings up 2nd and goal from the 3. Actually, that's from the 2. That was a gain of 1. You know, if you've watched us previous seasons, you probably know by now we'll make plenty of mistakes up here. Apologies in advance, as always. Bandman going to keep this one, and he is going to sneak through, dive forward for a touchdown.
Again, very impressed with the Mavericks blocking. Very well executed, opening up very large gaps for Bandman and Landon and Mole to punch through. So, start to a successful night for the Mavericks.
Yep. Well, the one area they have not been successful so far is in extra points. They had a penalty that hurt them last time. We'll see if they're able to convert here. Bandman going to keep it, nothing fancy, and he's going to bring it in for a touchdown. I guess it's an extra point, not necessarily a touchdown, but still. 2 points instead of 6, but it stands at 14-0 in favor of the Mavericks. So very, very nice start to this home football season. Are we going to run any slides or commercials?
All right, and we'd like to say go Mavericks from the world's largest hen dug well, Museum and Visitor Center. They have exhibits of the history of Greensburg, about the tornado, and about rebuilding sustainable. If you have any questions, contact Stacy Barnes at 620-723-4102, or you can send them an email at tourism@greensburgkansas.org. Again, the location is 315 South Sycamore Street in Greensburg, and beautiful building. It says Big Well on the side, so
right in the concrete.
Fairly difficult to miss.
As you pointed out, beautiful facility. Very proud to have that here. One of the jewels of our rebuilding after the tornado here in Greensburg.
Absolutely.
And Holguin going back with a short line drive kick. That's going to be fielded by Conradi. He slightly fumbles that reception.
Return.
He does end up with the ball, though, and will get the ball returned out to about the 18-yard line. So that makes it the best starting field position that the Blue Jays have had so far this game, if only by a few yards. Every yard counts, though.
Every yard counts.
Well, first possession was a 3-and-out, but second possession they got a couple big gains. We'll see if they're able to build further here on their third possession.
Really spreading it out here.
McCann's in the shotgun with no running backs, 3 or 4 receivers. And fumbles the snap. He's going to run to his left side, and he's going to be forced out of bounds at about the 21. So call it a gain of 3, brings up 2nd and 7. I'm not sure if that was a designed run or not.
I don't know. It might have been. It could have very well been a busted play. But then again, they were really spreading it out. I mean, the Mavericks have shown that trying to run between the tackles is going to be very difficult tonight, and the success they've had is running around the outside of the edge. So I can see where they'd want to spread out the field, give the Mavericks.
That's exactly what they're doing on this play again. 3 receivers, and McCann in the shotgun. He's going to throw it immediately. And that is incomplete, intended for number 33, Cole Conradi. And just trying to set up, looks like a quick hitch pass there. They've done that a couple times tonight. But really, it's probably a good thing for Ashland that was incomplete, because Brett McVeigh was all over that.
All over that. McVeigh's been having a very good night tonight. I've not a name we really talked about last year, and he's really impressed me so far.
So 3rd and 7, McCann again in the shotgun with no running backs, dropping back to pass. And he's going to be pressured, and he's just going to go down rather than take the hit from number 57, Holguin.
Yeah. Both Noel and Holguin were all over him. Holguin did a really good job fighting off his blocker and getting back and pressuring him.
Actually looks like McCann's a little slow to get up, which that's bad to see, although it does look like he's walking without too much difficulty, which is hopefully we'll see him back, but be a punting situation for the Blue Jays. Unfortunately for them, their good punter is not in the game at the moment. So punting now will be Reese Kay, number 3 for Blue Jays. And Davis is just going to let that one bounce, but that is a very good bounce for the Blue Jays. And that'll be down at the Maverick 31.
Really nice punt. I mean, that was almost a 30-yard punt. That's not too bad.
I mean, 15 of that was the bounce, but
hey,
you take it.
They don't count where it initially lands. They count where it ends up. So
it ended up quite the distance from where he kicked it. So Mavericks will have quite the distance to go, but that hasn't stopped him so far.
But
Bandman pitches it out to Davis. He's got room. And he won't go down till he passes midfield and down to about the 32-yard line of the Blue Jays.
Bandman did a really good job of holding on to that ball, making the defender commit before he pitched it out to Landon. That was textbook option read.
So 17 yards on that option play for Davis. 1st and 10 from the 32 of the Blue Jays. Handoff goes to Davis around the right side. He's got room. And again, just big yards and chunks for the Mavericks. Really, for that, the offensive line's got to get a lot of credit.
Absolutely.
Obviously, Davis and Bandman doing a lot with their legs, but they've got a lot of room to run. Call it 12 yards on that play for Davis. 1st and 10 from the 20.
You know, a lot of credit has to go also to Nick Moll, too. He's been doing a really good job as a lead blocker through most of the holes.
Yeah, Moll more often than not lining up in that fullback position for the Mavericks, doing great lead blocking for whoever's running behind him. This time it's going to be Bandman, but he doesn't have much room. He's going to be downed by Conradi for a loss of 1.
I've noticed something different this year for the Mavericks. You know, the offensive set, you know, they're used to more of a wishbone formation where they do that little quick spin around and, you know, and hand the two backs that are crossing. And this is more, you know, half T style.
For those familiar with the Mavericks last year, they had basically 2 wing backs. One of them would always be in motion, and the ball would be snapped just as that back got to the center and the quarterback. But this is a much more set offense, not as much motion. As Bandman's pass for Heft is knocked away by McCann, and that'll bring up 3rd and 11.
Good coverage on by the Blue Jays on Heft on that one. Heft really didn't have a chance to even get his hands on it. The defender was right there and looking back and could bat that away.
So 3rd and long, something the Mavericks have not seen so far tonight. But they are more than likely in 4-down territory here, near the red zone. But maybe not for long, as that's probably going to be a false start on the Mavericks. So that will bring up 3rd and 16 rather than 3rd and 11.
And just a quick announcement, there's about 3 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, apologies. We're having some difficulties with our scoreboard software, so we have score but no clock. We'll try to, from time to time, let you know how much time's on the clock, but about 3 minutes at the moment in the first quarter. And Bandman going off to his right, throwing deep, and that is nearly picked off by McCann, but instead that falls incomplete. Bring up 4th and long.
McCann's been having very good coverage on Heft tonight.
Yeah, Heft in that tight end position is the favored receiving target for the Mavericks. They've gone to him a few times tonight, but haven't been able to connect so far. But now they face a 4th and long, and we'll see what happens here.
Field goal.
Like I said, well, they're backs to the wind, but unfortunately that doesn't look like the formation. And Bandman going to drop back to pass again. He's got Davis. And he's going to roll past the tacklers for a touchdown. Tell you, that's good completion from Bandman to Davis, and nice move by Davis, but I'm going to think the Ashland coach is going to be a little disappointed with his team's tackling on that.
Yeah.
Because that should not have been a touchdown.
Let's watch it here on the replay. As he just kind of right in between the two defenders and kind of rolls a little bit and right into the end zone.
Both Conradi and Hampton had a good shot at him, just weren't able to wrap him up. And speaking of coaches being annoyed, I'm going to think that Coach Young is going to have some frustrations with the discipline of his team as another false start is called against the Mavericks. So it'll be the second extra point attempt for the Mavericks from 8 yards out. Snap gets behind Bandman, and he is just met by about half or more of the Ashland defense. So no good. Score stands at 20-0. And we'll take a look at that busted extra point attempt.
And defensive Bandman, though, he is 5'6". I can see where
quite a bit of room over his head.
Yeah.
And I'd like to thank another one of our sponsors tonight, the People's Bank. March on Mavericks. You can contact the People's Bank, full-service banking, at 620-723-2761, or visit them at www.bellbank.com, or just walk in the door at 102 South Oak in Greensburg, Kansas.
I do like the People's Bank building. It's one of the speaking of architecture again, the skylight in there is very, very intriguing.
I have never actually been in there.
Yeah.
I've got one bank in Greensburg, and that's the only one I've ever been in. So nothing against the other banks, just I'm a creature of habit.
Creature of habit.
So early on, this Mavericks team is just dominating this game. They lead 20-0 with 2:43 left to play in the first quarter. Holguin with a kick. And that is going to be fielded by Conradi inside the 5. Let's see what he's able to make of it. And he is going to break it out, and he is going to go all the way for a touchdown. But unfortunately for probably the Blue Jays, there is a flag back at the 25-yard line, so we'll see if this is coming back.
I'm going to guess probably hold.
It is in the general area of a blocking penalty, either a block in the back or a hold, but we'll see. We'll wait for the official signal from the officials.
Oh, a chop block.
And a chop block called against the Blue Jays, so that will indeed come back.
So that negates a potential big score for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, that's a momentum killer for the Mavericks, and just a spark of life for the Blue Jays. But instead of those 6 points, they'll be having to run their offense against a very stingy Mavericks D, starting from their own 12. But that might be kind of a blueprint, kind of what we've seen from the Blue Jays. What they're trying to do so far this season, or this game, is just kind of spread that field out and get to the corners, as they've had very little success running between the tackles. And again, McCann will have no running backs. He'll be back in the shotgun. 3 receivers off to the left side. Quick hitch patch again to the Conradi on the left side. He's tackled quickly by Bandman. Called a gain of about 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 from the 15.
Mavericks are doing a really good job reacting on those screen passes like that, getting over from the safety position, and even though the cornerback was tied up with the lead blocker, he still had enough time to.
You can kind of see what the Blue Jays are trying to do there. Is they have the receivers are stacked up behind each other, a couple acting as lead blockers, but Mavericks be able to fight through and limit those gains. Pitch to Conradi here. Not much room to run. Wrapped up by McVeigh.
Tackled by half of the Maverick defense.
Yeah, McVeigh, Mole, and Torres looks like. Not quite half. 3/8.
3/8.
37.5%.
Math nerd.
Well, I won't deny that. But that will bring up 3rd and 9 after that loss of 2. So another 3rd and long situation for the Blue Jay offense. And McCann trying to pass again, not finding anybody open. He's going to run to his left side, and he is able to get around that corner for a first down.
Good run on a busted play. McCann's doing a really good job of not, just not giving up. His team's down 20 points. Really still going after it.
Again, he's taken pretty good care of the football. Not had a lot of open receivers downfield on those passing plays, but he's not trying to force anything. He's either at times throwing the ball out of bounds when the situation's warranted, or there. Saw opening on the left side and is able to get a nice big gain for a first down. First down will come at the 25 of the Blue Jays. McCann under center this time. Hands it off to Conradi, but again, just really not much room at all up the middle for the Blue Jays.
That tackle was pretty impressive. It almost looks like they were trying to break him in 2. They lifted him up off the ground and
called a gain of 1 on that run up the middle. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Very impressed with the Mavericks defensive line.
So McCann under center again. Fakes the handoff to Conradi. He rolls off to the right. pass broken up by Banman.
Banman had his eyes on that ball the whole play. Good defensive play by Banman.
And
very impressed.
Pretty good throw yet by McCann. He was looking for number 24, Josh Berryman, but as you point out, Banman he read that pass beautifully and was right there on defense.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
So with that incompletion, brings up 3rd and 9 for the Blue Jays.
For some reason it's out of order. That's weird.
And once again, they've gone with the I formation. Really kind of switching up their offensive looks here.
They're trying to find things that work.
And Heft missed him the first time, but didn't miss him the second time.
Good second effort by Heft.
Tell you,
from his knees and still made the tackle.
I want to look at this replay, but if McCann had not run right back towards Heft, he would have had a good chance. I'm wondering why he decided to cut back in, but he ran right back to Heft.
Well, Holguin was right there. I mean, Holguin, I think the fear of Holguin coming full bore at him, I would run too.
Well, that's a good point. We'll bring up 4th and 15. That's how we're going to start the second quarter, as the first has just ended. We'll break here for a word from our sponsors. Hope you join us for the rest of this game.
What is Rotary? Rotary is working together with common values and vision. Rotary is worldwide to eradicate polio, dig clean water wells, and save lives. Together, Rotarians grow local economies like ours, right here in Kiowa County. Rotary activities bring leaders together to combine resources for community success. You can be a part of the big picture. Support Rotary projects here and abroad. Join us. Place service over self. Together in Rotary.
My name is Tom Corns. I'm president of the Greensburg State Bank.
I'm Dee Corns. I work at the Greensburg State Bank.
Located at 240 South Main. We've been here since 1924. We're a unit bank, which means we're totally independent.
We're open 6 days a week. We have a full line of deposit accounts, internet banking, debit cards, travel cards.
We offer loans, checking accounts, savings accounts, investments.
In our facility here, we have a drive-up, safe deposit boxes, just a full line of banking services for our customers.
Our purpose is to serve Kiowa County and contiguous counties. We represent the banking needs of the people of Greensburg in a first-class manner.
As you can see there, Conradi looks very disappointed, as that was a beautiful, beautiful punt by McCann. Very close to being down at the 1 yard line, but Conradi just can't get to it in time, so Mavericks will start from their own 15.
Wind's playing a factor in the kicking game.
Yeah, we saw what McCann could do into the wind with his back to the wind. That was dang impressive. And Davis trying to find Pancho Banman again. Another one of those trick plays, but again, incomplete for the Mavericks, 2nd and 10.
And that pass pretty well died in the wind.
Yeah. And really, that's something to be, as much as Ashland has been throwing the ball, we'll see if they'll be more successful at it, as they're not going into that strong wind. Mavericks, you'd think, would not be quite as affected, as they're doing a lot of their damage on the ground. And again here, Banman, a lot of room and a lot of blockers. He'll bring it out past the 35. Call it a gain of 20 for another first down for the Mavericks.
I really enjoy seeing that. That squad of, I mean, you see he's got 3 blockers there.
Yeah, just nice, disciplined running by Banman, just following the guys out in front who create a lot of room for him. Just exactly as the offense is designed to be run, and it's being run very well tonight.
It almost makes you wonder, if they've got 4 guys running in a group there, where are the Blue Jays at? Where how are they getting out of position?
Bamman going to try up the middle that time. Not much room. He'll gain a couple. Brings up second and call it 8.5. Nice field level replay there from our wireless camera, operated by Katie Larsh. Davis, again, room and blockers. And he is not going to be stopped until McCann knocks him out of bounds at about the 16.
McCann is a very good ball player. He's been making a lot of the stops there and preventing a lot of the really big plays.
Yeah, that's again, credit to McCann, but it is a sign of the problems that Ashland has been having tonight, that their safeties have been making a lot of the tackles. Not something you really want to be seeing against a run-heavy team. And Bamman around the left side, he's going to gain a few. Call it a gain of about 3, brings up second and 7.
Second and 8 for the Mavericks.
Well, Mavericks going to have to hustle to get this play off. The play clock down under 8 at this point, so have to be a quick snap here. They get it off. Bandman drops back to pass. And McCann almost had himself an interception. It is an incomplete pass, though. Brings up 3rd and 7. I think the Maverick quarterbacks don't look quite so ready for the wind, as a lot of their passes here early in the second quarter just kind of dying.
Yeah.
But they live to play again, at least for another down or two. We'll see what the play call is here on 3rd and 7. Low snap. Bamman takes it around the right side. He is met pretty quickly by 88. That's Kyle Hampton making the tackle. Call it a gain of 1 to bring up 4th and 6.
Field goal.
Not into the wind, I don't think. Because they're not too much farther away than where they were 4th down on the other end of the field with their backs to the wind. If they didn't try it there, pretty sure they're not going to try it now. But you never know. It looks like they're going to call a timeout and talk about the strategy. Maybe field goal will be in the equation, but
hey, it's unexpected.
Well, during this timeout, the Media Center, in partnership with USD 402, would like to recognize our sponsors for Kiowa County Schools fall sports. Those sponsors include Greensburg BTI, Greensburg Rotary, Greensburg First United Methodist Church, the Big Well Visitor Information Center, Kiowa County Health Department, People's Insurance, People's Bank, Greensburg State Bank, Tyree Ag, Centera Bank, Shank Chevrolet, Southern Plains Co-op with locations in Lewis, Greensburg, Belpre, and Centerview, and finally our good friend Cheryl Heft.
And we'd also like to thank another one of our sponsors, Centera Bank. It's a pleasure. That's a great motto. It really is. You can visit their website at www.centerabank.com, and it looks like they have 5 locations in Mineola, Satana, Sublette, Dodge City, and in Greensburg, of course. That's the reason they're supporting the Mavericks, which we greatly appreciate.
Very much so, and we're going to come back here for 4th and 6 for the Mavericks. They took a timeout to talk about strategy, see what they come up with as they try to increase their lead against the Blue Jays. And handoff goes to Davis, and he breaks the tackle or two, and he is in for a touchdown.
That was very much, that play was very familiar, being that that's what they normally do, the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Not quite as crisp as we're used to, but still effective.
Very much the offensive set they showed in most plays last year, but working for them this year. There's a little change of pace as Davis gets in for 6 points. Mavericks lead 26-0, pending this 2-point PAT. And Bamman going to keep it up the middle. And he's going to push through the pile for 2 points, 28-0 Mavericks. Tell you, when they don't get a penalty before their PATs, they're 2 for 2.
Yeah, or snap the ball over Bamman's head.
So take another look at that PAT attempt by Bamman.
Nice goal line view from our goal line camera operator.
Very, very competent.
And a nice guy, too.
Apparently so. Go Mavericks, Operation Child Shoebox. Brought to you by the Greensburg First United Methodist Church. Look for the donation box at the volleyball games on October 21st and the football game on October 24th. For your donations, please bring hygiene items, small toys, and school supplies. Again, a nice charity drive organized by the First United Methodist Church in Greensburg at 600 West Lincoln Avenue, Greensburg, Kansas.
And that's Christmas Child Shoebox.
Yes, sorry. Small screen. I'm going to blame the small screen on that one.
Okay. I can gather because I had a hard time reading the 4 locations for Centeca.
Next time we need to bring the large monitor for the press box.
I think the rest of the press box would appreciate that too.
We've actually had some questions so far tonight. They're used to seeing the nice big replays, but we'll ramp it up as the season goes along.
I'm afraid I won't get any hot peppers if we don't bring it next time.
And Holguin, kickoff again. Not going to be a touchback this time into the wind. And nice move by Conrad, and he's going to bring the ball out near the 30. So this is going to be the best field position that the Blue Jays have had all night.
The tackling attempts by Mole and Holguin. I don't think diving at the guy's feet is quite what they've practiced, but
unorthodox to say the least.
Something to work on in practice again.
Always something to work on. So 1st and 10 for the Blue Jays. Best field position at their own 30. We'll see if they're able to make anything of it. And McCann rolling out to his right. Looks like he's going to keep it. And he'll run out of bounds, but not before he picks up a nice gain of about 7. Actually call it 8. He'll be called out of bounds at the 38-yard line. So brings up 2nd and 2.
Cervantes did a really good job pursuing him clear across the field. He ran quite a little bit to go, not very far.
So 2nd and 2. Seems like the huddle is fairly far back from the line of scrimmage for the Blue Jays. Got to run quite a bit there to get the lineman down. So McCann going to line up in the shotgun with the running backs. Trips off to the left. And his throw intended for Conradi is broken up by Bandman.
McCann's got a really nice arm. I mean, that was a rifle shot.
Yeah, again, it should be pointed out, this is going to be the first drive for the Blue Jays with their back to the wind, and definitely a much harder throw, or a more downfield throw than they showed in the first quarter. So we'll see if that actually opens up some more possibilities for them on the offensive end.
Don't think they're going to make it.
Handoff goes to, is that Conradi?
Brings up 4th down.
Nope, sorry, that is number 34, Elliott White on the carry. But as Travis pointed out, going to be short. That's a gain of 1. We'll bring up 4th and 1. We'll see if the Blue Jays decide to go for it. They have had just 1 first down so far tonight.
More than 1 first down. They've
Okay.
had more than 1 first down.
I'll take your word for it. And they're going to want to take a talk about their strategy. They'll call a timeout.
Eight minutes, 37 seconds left in the first half.
Another one of our sponsors would like to remind you to stay healthy. The Kiowa County Health Department reminds you to get your flu shot available at the Kiowa County Health Department starting next week. Flu is one bad bug. To schedule your flu shot, visit them at the courthouse at 211 East Florida or call them at 620-723-3366.
And also, this game has been brought to you in part by People's Insurance. Proud supporters of the Mavericks. They have home, auto, farm, business, or crop insurance available. Farmers Alliance through Columbia Insurance Group, Continental Western, Safeco, EMC Insurance Companies, Allstate, Progressive, Rain and Hail, LLC. People's Insurance, clients first. You can visit their website at peoplesinsuranceks.com or you can call 620-723-2809.
So this is an odd look. Conradi in the shotgun for the Blue Jays. McCann on the left. And I think the Mavericks just kind of sniffed that out. Kind of saw that one coming.
Yeah, Conradi really kind of hesitated and gave the Mavericks enough chance to pursue.
I think that was always an intended running play. I think it was trying to sell just for a split second the thought of a pass, but Mavericks weren't biting and were zeroed in on Conradi and stopped him for a loss of 1 for a turnover on downs for the Blue Jays. So that could be a backbreaker. Could have led to a little bit of momentum for the Blue Jays, but instead Mavericks get 1st and 10 inside Blue Jay territory. And Bandman running around the right side has some room, but he is stopped quickly. That is number 40, C.J. Bonilla.
Very good tackle by Bonilla. He really wrapped him up, pushed him back.
That is textbook tackling. There's been a couple lapses in, I'd say, tackling procedure or form for the Blue Jays tonight, but not that. Bonilla just stopped him dead in his tracks and didn't let go.
Very good tackle.
Still, nice gain for the Mavericks. Called a gain of about 4, brings up 2nd and 6. Low snap. Handoff goes to Davis. Breaks one tackle almost. He'll gain a couple. That was number 88, Kyle Hampton, who almost stopped him. Held him up long enough for his teammates to finish the job.
That's all you got to do.
Called a gain actually of about 1 on that carry for Davis. Brings up 3rd and 5. And Bamman going to keep it. Not much room. He finds a small seam up the middle, but only is going to gain him a couple yards there to bring up 4th down for the Mavericks.
And we'd like to give a shout out to our technicians working in the trailer that have got our score clock working. Take note that it is operating now. So
that's going to bring up 4th, and we'll call it 4. And Mavericks are going to go for it inside Blue Jay territory. Bamman keeping it around the left side, but he is going to be stopped in the backfield.
Good defensive stop by the Ashland Blue Jays, getting the ball back.
Conradi on the tackle there, so they force a 4-and-out after their loss on downs. So they'll get the ball right back and try to get some momentum rolling again. It's the first drive for the Mavericks that did not result in a touchdown. Pitch off to the left to Conradi. He turns the corner, and he's going to be dragged down near the left field or left side out of bounds.
Gain of 3.
We'll bring up 2nd and 7 at about the 37-yard line of Ashland. So 2nd and 7 for the Blue Jays. Conrady behind center again. Out of the shotgun with McCann split off to the left. And again, Conrady running to his right. Actually, he's going to throw it. And he had a guy open, number 14, Caleb Walker, wide open, but he was not able to come down with that ball.
Hit him right in the hands.
I think he just saw 6 points in front of him. But didn't come down with it.
He looked upfield before he caught the ball.
So instead of at least a first down, it's going to be 3rd and 7 for the Blue Jays. McCann back behind center. And he's going to roll out to his right. And he has a man open. It's number 24. That's going to be a touchdown reception from McCann to Josh Berryman.
Very big play for the Blue Jays. Nice pass, nice catch. Good job.
Again, coming into this game, that looked like they very much had success throwing the ball, and not a lot in the first quarter, but here in the second, they're starting to get that offense rolling. And there, nice touchdown pass from McCann to Berryman, and they'll see if they can convert 2 more points here on the PAT. McCann. Another wide open receiver there in the end zone. That's number 34, Elliott White. And just like that, they're on the board and only down by 18. So, take another look there.
Down by 20.
20. Sorry, you said I was
failed.
a math. That's what I get for admitting to being a math nerd. I'm just trying to lose that stigma.
You're only able to do higher complex math. The simple addition, mystifies you a little.
Well, rather than talking about my math skills, let's go ahead and thank our sponsor, or one of our sponsors, that being the world's largest hand-dug well museum and visitor center in Greensburg. Its exhibits include the history of Greensburg, the facts about the tornado, and the sustainable rebuilding effort after the tornado. Visit them at 315 South Sycamore here in Greensburg. Give them a call, 620-723-4102 to talk with Stacy Barnes, or finally, give an email out to tourism@greensburgks.org. So the first kickoff return for the Mavericks. Not completely unsuccessful as Bannon brings it out almost to the 30, out to the 29. So Mavericks see if they can recover from that first score for the Blue Jays and get those points back. Bandman with room on the left side. Once again, it's going to be McCann who makes the tackle in the backfield for the Blue Jays. But not for another 20-plus yard run for Bandman.
That earns Mavericks a first down. They'll have the ball 1st and 10 to the Blue Jay 30.
So 1st and 10 from the 30. The thing with Bandman is he's very quick. He's able to find gaps very, very quickly, but I think one big difference between, say, him and Powell last year is it doesn't quite have that top speed, but still able to pick up good enough to bring up yardage and 20-plus yard chunks, which you definitely take that.
Absolutely.
Davis with a carry here, and he's going to be swung down to the ground. Not before he picks up 4 to bring up 2nd and 6.
Davis tackled by Tate Cunningham for the Blue Jays. Bring up 2nd and 6 for the Mavericks.
Take a look there at the Maverick sideline. And another look at the replay there. And Bama going to keep it around the right side, but he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and forced back. Just a gain of 1 on that play to bring up 3rd and 5.
Very similar to the play before.
not quite as good an outcome. Or I guess the result was the tackle.
Right.
So 3rd and 5 for the Mavericks. Again, more than likely in 4-down territory here in Ashland territory. And Bandman's pass bounces off the arms of Nick Moll, incomplete.
Almost looked like that pass was intended for Eric Torres, but Nick Moll mistakenly thought it was for him and got his hand on it. So 2 receivers possible.
So that'll bring up 4th and 5. So very similar to the 4th and long, which the Mavericks faced last drive, which again they were stopped and turned the ball over in downs, which promptly led to a passing touchdown for Ashland. See if the Mavericks are able to move the chains this time. Bandman going to throw again. Ball is complete to Torres, but I'm going to looks like he's going to be just shy of a first down. It's going to be close. I'm going to guess they might measure for that one. No, not going to bother.
Really kind of intrigued because the Mavericks have kind of changed their game plan a little bit. You know, what had been working so well in the first quarter and through most of the, the start of the second quarter, they've kind of abandoned that and tried to open the passing game into the wind. And I mean, unexpected, yes, because you wouldn't think that they'd be throwing into the wind, but nonetheless.
Well, successful play there, just shy of a first down by about a yard. Still 1st and 10 for the Blue Jays from the 21. And McCann going to throw himself. Screen pass to Conradi. Really not much room, though. That was sniffed out very nicely by the Mavericks. Tackle made by Davis and Cervantes. Call it no gain on that pass play, 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 for the Blue Jays.
And McCann going to pass. Not finding much open, going to run. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds after a gain of about 5 out to the 26.
Cervantes forces him out of bounds. Now 3rd and 5.
Actually call it a gain of about 6 on that run. So be 3rd and 4 for the Blue Jays. And McCann, nice completion there to Conradi. That's going to be close to a first down. We'll see if it's going to be enough yardage or not. And it will indeed be a fresh set of chains for the Blue Jays. 1st and 10 from their own 32. And nice pass. It's pitch and catch from McCann to Conradi. Picks up about 5, just enough for a first down. And Blue Jays getting a little momentum here late in the first half. McCann back to pass again. And that's intended for number 14, Caleb Walker, incomplete.
Mavericks aren't getting quite the push at the defensive line that they were to begin with. McCann's having plenty of time to throw the ball.
Part of that may be that the Blue Jays have more or less abandoned any pretense of trying to run the ball here lately, and it's been mostly pass after pass after pass. So Mavericks aren't stacking quite so many in the box. And nice moves there by McCann, getting away from a couple defenders, and that's going to be a nice run. Call it a gain of about 7.
chased out of bounds by Eric Torres.
Chased out of bounds at the 37. Sorry, the 38. Brings up third, and we'll call it 4. McCann out of the shotgun. Conradi next to him. McCann back to pass again. He's got Conradi around the left side again. And that'll be another first down around the left side. So
passing game's really starting to come on for the Blue Jays.
I tell you, this is one of the first real sustained drives the Blue Jays have had. Last drive that ended in a touchdown, it was really just kind of one big play. But this drive, it's been a few yards here, a few yards there, just steady march up the field, and really getting some confidence on the offensive end for the Blue Jays. So 1st and 10 from the Maverick 33. And McCann going to line up behind center with no backs behind him. And a little flea flicker there. And that's going to be complete. That is Reese Kay finding McCann along the right side for a big gain to the Maverick 13.
Nice play. Good setup. Let's watch it here again on replay.
Getting that first pass, a backwards pass, so the Blue Jays could pass again, and nice, just perfect throw there by credit to Reese Kay, finding McCann on the right side.
McCann's really put this team on his shoulders.
Timeout has been called by the Blue Jays.
Timeout Ashland.
And we'd like to take a moment to thank another one of our sponsors, the People's Bank, March On Mavericks, the full-service banking in Greensburg at 102 South Oak. You can visit their website at www.bellbank.com or call them at 620-723-2761.
So after scoring the first 28 points of this game, the Mavericks starting to show a few cracks here as a big, long touchdown pass was allowed on that last drive of the Blue Jays, and this time the Blue Jays are just marching up the field. Have 1st and 10 from the Maverick 13.
I'd like to remind you, when you head north toward the concession stand at halftime, purchase yourself a chance to win an Apple iPod Touch. Proceeds go toward the Twilight Theater. Sponsored by the Kiowa County.
So see if the Mavericks D stiffens their backs here.
That drawing will be held October the 10th here.
Also see what other trick plays the Blue Jays might have up their sleeves.
It's not a trick play if it works.
Fancy play, how's that?
Creative.
Creative play calling. That's not too creative, that's just a draw up the middle. Conradi decides to take it around the left side. He'll be tackled by Cervantes, but not before a gain of, I'll call it 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 for the Blue Jays.
Ashland's really starting to wear down the Mavericks. They're really starting to find some gaps, complete some passes.
Good. 2 very impressive drives on their last 2 drives. See if they're able to finish it off here on this one. And McCann rolling off to his right, looking for receivers. And he's got one. That's number 24, Josh Berryman on the touchdown reception.
We've got a ball game. Ashland's really showing some life here.
I'll tell you, I really think that the wind is playing a factor here tonight in that the Ashland offense has really come alive when they're not facing that stiff wind. So 28-14, Handoff goes to Conradi. And he is going to be tackled before getting to the goal line. So score remains 28-14 in favor of the Mavericks, but Ashland really whittling away at an early big lead. Mavericks, again, we're about 2.5 minutes, not quite 2.5 minutes away from halftime here. And Mavericks, halftime topic conversation, I think, is really going to have to be how do you stop that passing game of the Blue Jays?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It took a while to get running, but once it did, it's been very effective the last 2 drives.
I'd like to see them get back to what they started the game with. The play calling they had at the very, very beginning of the game was very effective. And, you know,
like to thank another one of our sponsors, Centera Bank. It's a pleasure. Visit them at centerabank.com or visit them at one of their 5 great locations.
Small font.
Small font. So here we go for the kickoff. And Davis fields it at about the 18s. Sorry, that's Bandman, not Davis. And he brings it out to about the 29-yard line.
I don't know if you noticed, but the placement on the tee was unique. They placed it sideways, and so the ball traveled. If you'll notice here, the ball traveled rolling through the air.
Huh. I did not notice. Mavericks are going to take a timeout here and talk about their strategy with 2 minutes left to play in the first half.
And from the United Methodist Church in Greensburg, go Mavericks. Quick reminder that Operation Christmas Child Shoebox, look for the donation box at the volleyball game on October 21st or the football game on October 24th. They're looking for hygiene items, small toys, and school supplies. You can also visit their collection center they have at the church, which is located at 600 West Lincoln Avenue in Greensburg.
So 1st and 10 for the Mavericks. They've seen a 28-0 lead, shrink to a 28-14 lead here. And we'll have about 2 minutes, a little more, to try and get some of those points back. Davis carries the ball around the left side. Called a gain of about 4 on that carry. Actually call it 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
That was the same sort of setup that we're used to seeing from last year.
Yeah, really very similar to the last touchdown run of the Mavericks. Not quite as successful as the last time.
Again, they're set up again.
Bandman's going to keep it, and he's got a lot of room around the right. And he is not stopped till he passes midfield and gets out to the 36-yard line of Ashland.
Nice run by Bandman. They really bit on the two backs in the backfield and left a wide open lane down the middle for Bandman.
And on the replay, you can really see the advantage of that offensive set. A lot of misdirection, and with all of the defenders looking at the 2 guys in motion, just a big hole there for Bandman. So 1st and 10 for the Mavericks from the 36. And that same play again, but sniffed out nicely that time by Ashland. No gain. One thing the Mavericks have really done this game is they have shown quite a few different offensive looks. Started out the game in just kind of more of a standard offset eye with a lot of success. Early in the second quarter, they actually showed quite a few passing plays, and here, moving to the offense, which they ran quite a bit last year. So just trying to find something that works. And Bandman loses the handle there, and he is going to be stopped for a big loss on the other side of midfield.
Bandman picks it up. Tackled by Cooper Johnson.
So after that loss of about 5, brings up 3rd and 15. And Mavericks are going to call timeout and talk about strategy. 3rd and long here with 30 seconds left to play in the second quarter.
What would your strategy be, Matt?
I would say play it somewhat conservatively. Don't try to do anything, force anything. But before we talk about strategy, let's again talk about one of our sponsors. The Kiowa County Health Department reminds you to stay healthy and get your flu shot, available at the Kiowa County Health Department. Visit them at the courthouse at 211 East Florida Avenue or give them a call at 620-723-3366. But, yeah, I mean, you've got the 2-touchdown lead going into halftime. You're going to get possession of the ball after halftime. Don't do anything. Don't take any chances. I'd say you can get a nice running play that gets you some yardage, gets a touchdown, great. But,
Snyder ball. You've got the lead.
Yeah.
Run the clock out.
But Ashland has a timeout left, so. But then again, the Mavericks do have 2 plays here. And Bamman's going to fake the throw. And nice run. He'll get out to about the 32-yard line of the Blue Jays, where he'll bring up 4th and 8. And
number 80 got shook up a little bit on that play.
Mavericks going to try to get one last play off. They've got 2 seconds. And little jumping the gun is the offensive line. And I believe, if I know the rules, that may be the last play of the half.
I believe so, yeah, I believe it.
Because that'll be a 5-yard penalty, and they'll start the clock after they spot the ball. And with less than half a second left on the clock, there's not going to be enough time to get that snap off. And that is how we end the first half, with the Mavericks with a 28-14 lead, but really most of the momentum late has been in the Blue Jays' favor, so should be a great second half.
Yeah, the Blue Jays really did a good job of taking advantage of the wind, throwing the ball downfield, some really, really nice big pass plays and some very creative plays in with the flea flicker. They brought them right back into this game.
So, again, 28-14 is where we sit at halftime. Hope you join us for what's sure to be an exciting second half. See you in about 15 minutes, but for now, we'll hear a few words from our sponsors.
What is Rotary? Rotary is working together with common values and vision. Rotary is worldwide to eradicate polio, dig clean water wells, and save lives. Together, Rotarians grow local economies like ours right here in Kiowa County. Rotary activities bring leaders together to combine resources for community success. You can be a part of the big picture. Support Rotary projects here and abroad. Join us. Place service over self. Together in Rotary.
My name is Tom Corns. I'm president of the Greensburg State Bank.
I'm Dee Corns. I work at the Greensburg State Bank.
Located at 240 South Main. We've been here since 1924. We're a unit bank, which means we're totally independent.
We're open 6 days a week. We have a full line of deposit accounts, internet banking, debit cards, travel cards.
We offer loans, checking accounts, savings accounts, investments.
In our facility here, we have a drive-up, safe deposit boxes, just a full line of banking services for our customers.
Our purpose is to serve Kiowa County and contiguous counties. We represent the banking needs of the people of Greensburg in a first-class manner.
Southern Plains Co-op in Greensburg is proud to offer Bayer Crop Science crop protection products. Chewing bugs, fungal diseases, and grasses needlessly kill or drastically limit corn and soybean production each year. Innovative Bayer Crop Science products control these unwanted intruders. That means increased yields for more grain in the bin at harvest. Let Southern Plains Co-op protect your crops with Bayer Crop Science products. At Southern Plains, we deliver service. Let Southern Plains Co-op take the worry out of choosing corn and soybean seed. For powerful performance at harvest, we know Mycogen seeds deliver. Global breeding and vigorous testing results in hybrid seeds with guts. That's true value that makes a difference. Maximize your seed investment for higher yields at harvest. Choose Mycogen hybrids from Southern Plains Co-op in Greensburg. At Southern Plains, we deliver service and Mycogen seeds.
The weather just seemed a little bit unusual.
The sound was just
You
deafening.
can hear and feel things just breaking up.
School was
above
gone,
you.
my church was gone, my town was gone. What are we going to do?
We could rebuild. We could start over and rebuild a whole community. Let's rebuild the town. Let's work together. Let's try to do it right.
The spirit of the community, we will rebuild.
Maybe we do have to do it different.
To be able to make a difference that can be felt for generations, it's very exciting.
Come and experience the story in Greensburg.
The internet has drastically changed the way we communicate. Are you keeping up with the times? The Kiowa County Media Center can connect you with viewers in markets all over the region, the state, and the world. Our technology keeps us on pace with the high demand of internet video content. Bring your audience from anywhere in the world to your wedding, conference, sporting event, concert, and much more. No one does high-quality video streaming like us. We are the Kiowa County Media Center, leading the new age of communication.
As people dump ice on their head, money continues to roll in.
The ALS Ice Bucket Challenge is trending worldwide.
Many people know about the movement but don't know how to donate.
ALS, often referred to as Lou Gehrig's disease, is a disease that affects nerve cells in the brain and the spinal cord.
Completing the challenge isn't all you can do. You can go to the website alsa.org and donate there, or by using your phone or even mail.
Every small donation makes a difference.
What is Rotary? Rotary is working together with common values and vision. Rotary is worldwide to eradicate polio, dig clean water wells, and save lives. Together, Rotarians grow local economies like ours, right here in Kiowa County. Rotary activities bring leaders together to combine resources for community success. You can be a part of the big picture. Support Rotary projects here and abroad. Join us. Place service over self. Together in Rotary.
My name is Tom Corns. I'm president of the Greensburg State Bank,
I'm Dee Corns. I work at the Greensburg State Bank.
located at 240 South Main. We've been here since 1924. We're a unit bank, which means we're totally independent.
We're open 6 days a week. We have a full line of deposit accounts, internet banking, debit cards, travel cards.
We offer loans, checking accounts, savings accounts, investments.
In our facility here, we have a drive-up, safe deposit boxes, just a full line of banking services for our customers.
Our purpose is to serve Kiowa County and contiguous counties. We represent the banking needs of the people of Greensburg in a first-class manner.
Southern Plains Co-op in Greensburg is proud to offer Bayer Crop Science crop protection products. Chewing bugs, fungal diseases, and grasses needlessly kill or drastically limit corn and soybean production each year. Innovative Bayer Crop Science products control these unwanted intruders. That means increased yields for more grain in the bin at harvest. Let Southern Plains Co-op protect your crops with Bayer Crop Science products. At Southern Plains, we deliver service. Let Southern Plains Co-op take the worry out of choosing corn and soybean seed. For powerful performance at harvest, we know Mycogen seeds deliver. Global breeding and vigorous testing results in hybrid seeds with guts. That's true value that makes a difference. Maximize your seed investment for higher yields at harvest. Choose Mycogen hybrids from Southern Plains Co-op in Greensburg. At Southern Plains, we deliver service and Mycogen seeds.
The weather just seemed a little bit unusual.
The sound was just
You
deafening.
can hear and feel things just breaking up.
School was
above
gone,
you.
my church was gone, my town was gone. What are we going to do?
We could rebuild, and we could start over and rebuild a whole community. Let's rebuild the town. Let's work together. Let's try to do it right.
The spirit of the community, we will rebuild.
Maybe we do have to do it different.
To be able to make a difference that can be felt for generations, it's very exciting.
Come and experience the story in Greensburg.
The internet has drastically changed the way we communicate. Are you keeping up with the times? The Kiowa County Media Center can connect you with viewers in markets all over the region, the state, and the world. Our technology keeps us on pace with the high demand of internet video content. Bring your audience from anywhere in the world to your wedding, conference, sporting event, concert, and much more. No one does high-quality video streaming like us. We are the Kiowa County Media Center, leading the new age of communication.
As people dump ice on their head, money continues to roll in.
The ALS Ice Bucket Challenge is trending worldwide.
Many people know about the movement but don't know how to donate.
ALS, often referred to as Lou Gehrig's disease, is a disease that affects nerve cells in the brain and the spinal cord.
Completing the challenge isn't all you can do. You can go to the website alsa.org and donate there, or by using your phone or even mail.
Every small donation makes a difference.
What is Rotary? Rotary is working together with common values and vision. Rotary is worldwide to eradicate polio, dig clean water wells, and save lives. Together, Rotarians grow local economies like ours, right here in Kiowa County. Rotary activities bring leaders together to combine resources for community success. You can be a part of the big picture. Support Rotary projects here and abroad. Join us. Place service over self. Together in Rotary.
My name is Tom Corns. I'm president of the Greensburg State Bank,
I'm Dee Corns. I work at the Greensburg State Bank.
located at 240 South Main. We've been here since 1924. We're a unit bank, which means we're totally independent.
We're open 6 days a week. We have a full line of deposit accounts, internet banking, debit cards, travel cards.
We offer loans, checking accounts, savings accounts, investments.
In our facility here, we have a drive-up, safe deposit boxes, just a full line of banking services for our customers.
Our purpose is to serve Kiowa County and contiguous counties. We represent the banking needs of the people of Greensburg in a first-class manner.
Southern Plains Co-op in Greensburg is proud to offer Bayer Crop Science crop protection products. Chewing bugs, fungal diseases, and grasses needlessly kill or drastically limit corn and soybean production each year. Innovative Bayer Crop Science products control these unwanted intruders. That means increased yields for more grain in the bin at harvest. Let Southern Plains Co-op protect your crops with Bayer Crop Science products. At Southern Plains, we deliver service. Let Southern Plains Co-op take the worry out of choosing corn and soybean seed. For powerful performance at harvest, we know Mycogen seeds deliver. Global breeding and vigorous testing results in hybrid seeds with guts. That's true value that makes a difference. Maximize your seed investment for higher yields at harvest. Choose Mycogen hybrids from Southern Plains Co-op in Greensburg. At Southern Plains, we deliver service and Mycogen seeds.
The weather just seemed a little bit unusual.
The sound was just
You
deafening.
can hear and feel things just breaking up.
School was
above
gone,
you.
my church was gone, my town was gone. What are we going to do?
We could rebuild, and we could start over and rebuild a whole community. Let's rebuild the town. Let's work together. Let's try to do it right.
The spirit of the community, we will rebuild.
Maybe we do have to do it different.
To be able to make a difference that can be felt for generations, it's very exciting.
Come and experience the story in Greensburg.
The internet has drastically changed the way we communicate. Are you keeping up with the times? The Kiowa County Media Center can connect you with viewers in markets all over the region, the state, and the world. Our technology keeps us on pace with the high demand of internet video content. Bring your audience from anywhere in the world to your wedding, conference, sporting event, concert, and much more. No one does high-quality video streaming like us. We are the Kiowa County Media Center, leading the new age of communication.
As people dump ice on their head, money continues to roll in.
The ALS Ice Bucket Challenge is trending worldwide.
Many people know about the movement but don't know how to donate.
ALS, often referred to as Lou Gehrig's disease, is a disease that affects nerve cells in the brain and the spinal cord.
Completing the challenge isn't all you can do. You can go to the website alsa.org and donate there, or by using your phone or even mail.
Every small donation makes a difference.
What is Rotary? Rotary is working together with common values and vision. Rotary is worldwide to eradicate polio, dig clean water wells, and save lives. Together, Rotarians grow local economies like ours, right here in Kiowa County. Rotary activities bring leaders together to combine resources for community success. You can be a part of the big picture. Support Rotary projects here and abroad. Join us. Place service over self. Together in Rotary.
My name is Tom Corns. I'm president of the Greensburg State Bank,
I'm Dee Corns. I work at the Greensburg State Bank.
located at 240 South Main. We've been here since 1924. We're a unit bank, which means we're totally independent.
We're open 6 days a week. We have a full line of deposit accounts, internet banking, debit cards, travel cards.
We offer loans, checking accounts, savings accounts, investments.
In our facility here, we have a drive-up, safe deposit boxes, just a full line of banking services for our customers.
Our purpose is to serve Kiowa County and contiguous counties. We represent the banking needs of the people of Greensburg in a first-class manner.
Southern Plains Co-op in Greensburg is proud to offer Bayer Crop Science crop protection products. Chewing bugs, fungal diseases, and grasses needlessly kill or drastically limit corn and soybean production each year. Innovative Bayer Crop Science products control these unwanted intruders. That means increased yields for more grain in the bin at harvest. Let Southern Plains Co-op protect your crops with Bayer Crop Science products. At Southern Plains, we deliver service. Let Southern Plains Co-op take the worry out of choosing corn and soybean seed. For powerful performance at harvest, we know Mycogen seeds deliver. Global breeding and vigorous testing results in hybrid seeds with guts. That's true value that makes a difference. Maximize your seed investment for higher yields at harvest. Choose Mycogen hybrids from Southern Plains Co-op in Greensburg. At Southern Plains, we deliver service and Mycogen seeds.
The weather just seemed a little bit unusual.
The sound was just
You can
deafening.
hear and feel things just breaking up.
School was
above
gone,
you.
my church was gone, my town was gone. What are we going to do?
We could rebuild it. We could start over and rebuild a whole community. Let's rebuild the town. Let's work together. Let's try to do it right.
The spirit of the community, we will rebuild.
Maybe we do have to do it different.
To be able to make a difference that can be felt for generations, it's very exciting.
Come and experience the story in Greensburg.
The internet has drastically changed the way we communicate. Are you keeping up with the times? The Kiowa County Media Center can connect you with viewers in markets all over the region, the state, and the world. Our technology keeps us on pace with the high demand of internet video content. Bring your audience from anywhere in the world to your wedding, conference, sporting event, concert, and much more. No one does high-quality video streaming like us. We are the Kiowa County Media Center, leading the new age of communication.
As people dump ice on their head, money continues to roll in.
The ALS Ice Bucket Challenge is trending worldwide.
Many people know about the movement but don't know how to donate.
ALS, often referred to as Lou Gehrig's disease, is a disease that affects nerve cells in the brain and the spinal cord.
Completing the challenge isn't all you can do. You can go to the website alsa.org and donate there, or by using your phone or even mail.
Every small donation makes a difference.
And welcome back as we get ready to start the second half. Mavericks had a 28-0 lead early in the second quarter, but some late momentum, thanks to a strong passing game by the Blue Jays, has them in within 28-14. Mavericks going to start with the ball here in the second half as Bamman fields the kick. He'll get out just past the 20. Call it to the 22, where the Mavericks will take it over first and 10.
Yeah, Holguin got tripped up there on the wedge that they were trying to form, and Bamman just tripped right over him.
So first and 10 from the 22. Mavericks had a lot of success in the first quarter, again jumping out to that early 28-0 lead. But the Ashland Blue Jays very adaptive on both the offensive and defensive end and has cut that lead in half to start the second half. And there, Bamman around the right side. That's going to be a loss of, call it 1, to bring up second and 11.
The Mavericks back in the formation they started the game with, that broken tee. Had really good success in the first half, but this first play, not so much.
And flag before that snap. Usually an off, yep, that's an illegal formation against the Mavericks. So they're going to be backed up second and 16 at their own 16.
We want to remind you that the EMS is selling big t-shirts with Maverick logos on them. They're down here at the south end of the home bleachers.
I'd say it's pretty important for the Mavericks to put together at least a nice drive here to start the second half, just to kind of cut into that momentum that Ashland put together at the end of the first half. And Bamman going to look to pass. Looking for Davis, but that just goes off of his hands, falls incomplete.
Yeah, had his man open, just pass a little high and a little hot. And
yeah, a little bit behind the receiver, but falls incomplete, so we'll have a 3rd and 16 situation for the Mavericks. And this is one spot where they have struggled pretty much throughout this game is 3rd and longs. And looks like it's going to be 3rd and even longer as yet another false start penalty against the Mavericks.
Wheels starting to come off.
So they're going to need a huge chunk of yardage here on 3rd down to keep those chains moving. And Davis almost lost the handle on that as he took the handoff from Bamman.
Hey, it kind of bungled it there and slowed down his forward momentum.
Called a gain of about 1 to bring up 4th and 20.
I would expect them to punt here.
I would expect so as well. The good news for the Mavericks is they're back with their backs to the wind, so hopefully able to get a little extra distance on a punt. Quick pooch punt from Bamman. And it's going to take a nice Maverick roll down to about the 26-yard line of the Blue Jays. So works out well for the Mavericks, but a very hot passing game for the Blue Jays. At least it was hot at the end of the first half. We'll look to put some more points on the board and cut into that lead.
It'll be real interesting to see how well their passing game translates now that they're going into the wind.
Again, the first quarter, they weren't able to get much going into the wind. The second quarter, completely different story. But here again in the third, they're back going into the wind, which may disrupt that passing game. McCann out of the shotgun. He's going to run it around the left side. Looks like it's an option play, but sniffed out very nicely by Davis, and that's going to be a big loss.
Good play by Davis. Really good play.
Loss of about 4 on that option. Brings up 2nd and 14.
Yeah, Davis pretty well tracked him down that whole play.
McCann back to pass. That's a screen. Nice cut there by Kay, but again, nice open field tackle. Again by Davis. Still a nice gain of about 6 for the Blue Jays. Brings up 3rd and 9. Really, it's pretty much been entirely the passing game that's done the damage for
the Blue Jays.
Most of their larger running plays have really been scrambles off of busted pass plays by McCann. Look to pass here again on 3rd and 9. McCann with all sorts of time, only 2 rushers for the Mavericks. McCann's going to scramble out, be forced out of bounds near the 30, only a gain of about 3 to bring up 4th and 7. Yeah, call it 4th and 6. So very much credit the secondary of the Mavericks there. Loads of time, but then again, that's kind of by design. Mavericks only rushed 2 pass rushers.
Yeah, they had all the receivers covered on that last play.
And a little too much height on that punt going into the wind. That is Kay punting for the Blue Jays. And that's going to go out of bounds shy of midfield. Referees will spot that ball at the Blue Jay 36, so very good field position for the Mavericks.
And about a 6-yard punt.
But to be fair, it went good 30 yards up in the air. Maybe not quite 30 yards, that's 90 feet, 9 stories.
Yeah, not quite that high.
And Bandman going to keep it. Got a little room. He'll gain about 4 yards up the middle, bring up 2nd and 6. It's like Davis might be having some equipment issues. He's on the sideline.
I think he might got shaken up a little bit. He's
actually, yeah,
kind of might have got a stinger. It looks like rubbing his arm there.
Bandman almost had the corner, almost broke a big run, but still some nice yardage for him nonetheless.
Good tackle by Hampton. Just caught him by a cleat.
Call it about a 5-yard carry there for Bandman. Brings up 3rd and 1. Bandman going to keep it again. And not a lot of yards there for him, but that's going to be enough for a 1st down.
Move the chains.
Bandman ball carrier for the Mavericks, Cooper Johnson. That's the Mavericks a 1st down.
Called about a 3-yard carry for Bandman there. He brings up 1st and 10 from the 29 of Ashland. And Bandman finding the seams. Nice move to get around McCann. And he gets in for a touchdown. Nice moves by Bandman.
Quick feet. Kept his feet moving. Shook off a tackle attempt by McCann and got into the end zone. Good run by Bandman.
And really just kind of showcasing his strengths, getting kind of knew he was not going to outrun the corner, McCann around the corner, but nice moves, fakes McCann out, and there's the cut, and there's the touchdown. No room for him on the PAT, unfortunately, for the Mavericks, as he is stopped dead by number 80, Cooper Johnson. But still, that's a big drive for the Mavericks as that gets them a little momentum back and back to a 20-point lead.
It's good to overcome that first possession in the second half.
Yeah, again, really the end of the first half, the momentum was all in the Blue Jays' favor. They'd scored the last 14 points and got a couple nice drives with that passing game really starting to click. But again, showing some little struggles as they, on the Blue Jays' first possession of the second half, struggled passing the ball into the wind. So maybe a story of quarters, really.
Absolutely. And with the Blue Jays getting the ball in the fourth quarter with the wind at their back, it could come into play if the Mavericks don't take it away here.
Well, with that touchdown by the Mavericks, would like to remind you that today's scoreboard sponsor is BTI, your local John Deere dealer in Greensburg, Buckland, Pratt, West City, and Hoxie. Find them at btiequip.com. The Media Center thanks them for their support. So Holguin going to kick it off. Line drive kick is fielded by Conradi. He's got some room, but he is going to be tripped up. Actually looks like he just kind of slipped on the turf there. But still a nice return out to the 29.
With the tackle.
So it looks like he stopped a plant and his heel just slipped out from under him.
And one thing to note is a lot of visiting teams probably don't have a lot of experience playing on a turf surface like they have here in Kiowa County. So one little slight home field advantage maybe for the Mavericks. McCann looking to pass. He's rolling out to his left. Looking deep. And amazing catch on the ground.
Most amazing catch. That good concentration, kicked it off his leg. I got to see a replay of that. That was impressive.
That was Conradi on the reception.
And like they're hurrying up too, so that it doesn't get reviewed.
And McCann back to pass again, rolling to his right. And he's got Conradi again. That's going to get them inside the 5. And passing game again, really starting to click for the Blue Jays.
Yeah. This is the play we just missed a moment ago.
And it looks like we may be missing another one. The Blue Jays kind of running a hurry-up offense here. As McCann going to try to run it in, but he's forced out of bounds at about the 2. Yeah, for a couple plays there, the Blue Jays running a kind of hurry-up, no-huddle offense. Going to huddle up here, though, at 2nd and goal from the 2.
You gotta hand it to these Blue Jays, trying to mix it up the pace up. Got the Mavericks off guard.
Conradi rolling out to his left. And he's going to be brought down for, call it, no gain. Actually might have lost about a yard on that play. So we'll call it 3rd and goal from the 2. Blue Jays spreading the field out here. Again, no running backs. McCann in the shotgun. And McCann trying a shovel pass. Really no receivers in the immediate vicinity. Looks like he might have been trying to find Elliott White, but ball just kind of found the ground incomplete.
Fairly risky play. About the only people that had a shot at it were Maverick defenders.
So 4th and goal, and really this could be a huge, huge point in the game as Blue Jays again have a chance to get it within a couple scores, but this would be a nice boost for the Mavericks D if they're able to kind of stop a drive started at 1st and goal inside the 5, and that's where we're still at 4th down. And McCann's pass incomplete, was intended for number 14, Caleb Walker, so props to the Mavericks D.
Yeah, they gave up 2 big plays, but they didn't break. Got the ball back.
Bend but don't break, so they will have a long field ahead of them here. 5.5 minutes left to play in the 3rd quarter. And that's going to be a timeout called by the Maverick coaching staff to talk about the strategy with 78 yards to go here.
And give their guys a little bit of a breather, too. That hurry-up offense is really, a lot of the Maverick guys are starting to get fatigued. And we'd like to thank People's Insurance, proud supporters of the Mavericks. Contact them if you have any insurance needs. Farmers Alliance, Columbia Insurance Group, Continental Western, Safeco, and others. People's Insurance, clients first. You can visit them at peoplesinsuranceks.com or call them at 620-723-2809. Janine is a good agent.
We'd also, the Media Center, in partnership with USD 422, would like to recognize our sponsors for the fall sports in Kiowa County. Those sponsors include Greensburg BTI, Greensburg Rotary, Greensburg First United Methodist Church, the Big Well Visitor Information Center, Kiowa County Health Department, People's Insurance, People's Bank, Greensburg State Bank, Tyree Ag, Centera Bank, Shank Chevrolet, Southern Plains Co-op with locations in Lewis, Greensburg, Belpre, and Centerview, and finally our good friend Cheryl Heft. So 1st and 10 with a long field ahead of them for the Mavericks. See if they're able to build some momentum here. Bamman's going to keep it pushing forward. He'll gain a couple.
Trying to dig themselves out of the end zone here.
Well, one thing to notice is the Blue Jays very much had 8 guys stacked in the box.
Jump pass to the tight end.
So 2nd and 8. Handoff goes to Davis. He's got a lot of room and a blocker. And he's going to break it out near midfield. Definitely some breathing room now for the Mavericks.
Excellent play. Excellent run.
Tell you, all the big plays for the Mavericks, the one constant usually is they've gotten one of their linemen pulled out and leading blocking there for their running backs.
And that was actually their fullback, Nick Mole.
And as you pointed out earlier, the game fullbacks definitely deserve a lot of credit for lead blocking as evidenced on that play. Ends up being a gain, call it, of about 33 yards. 1st and 10 from the Maverick 37. Pretty nice run, really, by Davis there. He didn't have a lot of real options. Almost looked like he was in danger of being tackled in the backfield for a loss, but he was able to cut it forward for a gain of 3.
Yeah, they had him stopped at the line of scrimmage, but he spun away and kept his legs moving and scrapped for about 4 yards, which nice run.
And that's one thing, we didn't see a lot of Davis last year, but one thing that's really struck me with his touches so far this game is he's been very good at yards after contact. You see how good his arm is here. He's going to decide to run it. And he'll gain about 5 out to the 35. And unfortunately for the Mavericks, he's slow to get up.
Yeah, he turned his back there at the right at the last second and got the wind knocked out of him, I'd imagine.
Hopefully it's nothing too serious, but he is not up yet.
Some very visible pain. Our prayers go down to him as he lays there on the field in some visible pain.
And as he is attended to by the training staff, we're going to take a quick break. Hopefully he's okay, and we'll actually, maybe not. He's back on his feet.
What is Rotary? Rotary is working together with common values and vision. Rotary is worldwide to eradicate polio, dig clean water wells, and save lives. Together, Rotarians grow local economies like ours, right here in Kiowa County. Rotary activities bring leaders together to combine resources for community success. You can be a part of the big picture. Support Rotary projects here and abroad. Join us. Place service over self. Together in Rotary.
And welcome back, as thankfully Davis is back on his feet. So hopefully we're hoping he just got the wind knocked out of him, but on the sidelines for now. You see him being helped out there by coaching staff. But we are left with 3rd and 2 for the Mavericks from the 35-yard line of the Blue Jays.
And he's taking his gloves off, so I would imagine that Davis is done for the night.
And Bandman able to fight forward, but only for about a yard. So that's going to bring up 4th. Actually, call it no gain. So it's going to be 4th and 2 for the Mavericks. So this could be a very big play. I don't imagine they'll be punting here inside Blue Jay territory, but we'll see what the coaching staff elects to do.
Oh, he got some of the rubber in his eyes.
Ooh.
They're rinsing his eyes out.
And Mavericks elect to go for it, and very good call by the staff as Bandman has a lot of room around the right side. Brings the ball out to the 26-yard line. More than enough yards for a first down. Well, hopefully that's a good sign. I mean, never want an eye injury, but hopefully if it is just something in the eye, it's able to be rinsed out, and it'll be none the worse for the wear.
Put an eye patch on.
So 1st and 10 for the Mavericks from the 26-yard line.
You know, referring back to the playing surface that we do play on here at Maverick Stadium.
And Bandman going to pass.
It
overshoots McVeigh.
One of the negatives is the chopped up rubber that is used to help cushion the field and give it some base and some body is very, very fragmented. I don't know if you've noticed walking on there, but I mean that stuff, it gets up and everywhere. It gets in your socks, gets in your shoes. So I imagine in his eyes, it's not good.
So 2nd and 10 for the Mavericks. Bandman had a brief hole, but it was plugged quickly by number 55, Tayton Cunningham. And that's a gain of about 2 for Bandman, brings up 3rd and 8. Bandman going to keep it around the left side. He breaks away from a tackle. And he is down by contact before the fumble. And that's going to be near a first down. Looks like probably enough yardage for a first down. And the signal is given, made official by the officials. So fresh set of change for the Mavericks, getting deep inside Blue Jay territory.
Bandman's doing a good job moving the ball with his legs.
And just nice, it looks like he was almost dead to rights there in the backfield, but he was able to break a tackle and get the yardage for the first down. Keeping it again. And he stopped there by Cooper Johnson, number 80. Loss of 1 on that carry for Bandman brings up 2nd and 11. And good news for the Mavericks, Davis coming back in the game.
And got the stuff flushed out of his eye, and it's good to go.
Bamman breaks the tackle, but still not much room there for him. He'll get inside the 15 out to the 14, but it's still going to bring up 3rd and 8 for the Mavericks. Inside of 20 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. If nothing else, this drive has chewed up quite a bit of clock for the Mavericks.
A lot of clock.
Which, when you've got a 20-point lead, is not necessarily a bad thing. They will get one last play off here before the whistle, sounds like. And it's going to be a passing play, at least it was going to be a passing play. Bamman elects to keep it. He'll bring the ball pretty much back to the line of scrimmage. Not much else, where it'll be 4th and 8. And unfortunately for the Mavericks, he is slow to get up. And that's how we'll end the third quarter. And hopefully he's not too gimpy, but we'll see what happens. You're watching Maverick Sports on the Kiowa County Media Center.
My name is Tom Corns. I'm president of the Greensburg State Bank.
I'm Dee Corns. I work at the Greensburg State Bank.
Located at 240 South Main. We've been here since 1924. We're a unit bank, which means we're totally independent.
We're open 6 days a week. We have a full line of deposit accounts, internet banking, debit cards, travel cards.
We offer loans, checking accounts, savings accounts, investments.
In our facility here, we have a drive-up, safe deposit boxes, just a full line of banking services for our customers.
Our purpose is to serve Kiowa County and contiguous counties. We represent the banking needs of the people of Greensburg in a first-class manner.
And we'd like to say, go Mavericks! From the world's largest hand-dug well, because hand-dug wells are known to speak. And please visit there if you'd like to see the history of Greensburg or about the tornado or about rebuilding sustainable. You can contact Stacy Barnes at 620-723-4102.
And we'll start the fourth quarter with Mavericks facing 4th and 8 from just inside the 15 of the Blue Jays. And Poncho Bamman, their starting quarterback, slow to get up after that last play. He's out of the game. Davis in at quarterback now. And he's not going to get much yardage, and that will be a turnover on downs for the Mavericks. So that's really bad news for Kiowa County as far as the injury to Bamman is. Again, coming into this game, they had two quarterbacks really splitting most of their time behind center in Dylan Jacks, who did not actually even suit up for this game. And now Bamman out with, looks like, an ankle injury.
Could potentially be devastating.
And speaking of injuries, we have a Blue Jay that's slow to get up. Not something you ever want to see in any sporting event, especially a high school sporting event.
And looks like Bamman's night is done.
And that's number 40, CJ Bonilla, who is being helped off the field. Mostly under his own power, which is good to see. But as Travis pointed out, Bamman does not look like he'll probably be coming into this game. So 12 minutes for the Blue Jays to erase a 20-point deficit. We'll see if they can do it. Nice open field tackle there by Nick Moll. Another quick hitch pass by the Blue Jays from McCann to Kay. But really not much room. Call it no gain. 2nd and 10. McCann off to his right. And he's got number 24. Josh Berryman are on the right side.
The wind at the Blue Jays' backs, man, their passing game just explodes when they have the wind at their back.
Well, and just another thing to keep in mind, not only is Bandman starting quarterback, but also he's a key member of that secondary for the Mavericks D. And as dangerous as this Ashland passing game is, that's double stinging loss for the Mavericks. And McCann, lots of time to throw, decides he's just going to run it. Only a gain of about 1 before he steps out of bounds. Brings up 2nd and 9. And looks like that might be encroachment against the Mavericks. And that is indeed the call. So instead of 2nd and 9, it's going to be 2nd and 4.
Huge mental mistake there, this close to their own end zone.
McCann back to pass again. And he's going to trip up for a sack by Aaron Heft.
Big tackle by Aaron Heft. That could have potentially been a big play. Loss about 4.
So 3rd and 8 now.
They're back to the hurry up.
And another flag. This might be an offensive penalty. We'll see. That is a false start. So both teams getting a little antsy here in the first quarter, or fourth quarter. So now will be 3rd and 13. So McCann out of the shotgun, no running backs. Trips to the left. Rolls out to his right. And he has got Conrady wide open, but Conrady unfortunately slips for the Blue Jays. That falls incomplete.
Again, the turf just plants and trying to plant in this turf and just not used to it.
So this brings up a huge 4th down for the Blue Jays. I don't know that they're quite in the point of the game where they need to score on every possession, but here, closing in on 10 minutes left to play and down by 20, they need to make more plays count than don't. McCann rolling out to his right, and he has got Berryman again. That has been a lethal combination tonight for the Blue Jays.
Nice heads-up play on a broken pass play, good scramble, found the open man and scored a touchdown. This game is far from over.
And really have to credit McCann's mobility for a lot of their passing game.
Yeah.
Just giving himself time for those receivers to get open, find the seams, and did it there. And they have an opportunity here. And that is a well-timed play. McCann to Berryman again. Been saying that a lot. And now with 34-22, they are within a couple scores and a couple PATs of really being in position to take a W here.
Absolutely.
And early to say that, but with Bandman looking to be out of the game here, Mavericks are going to have to move the chains a few times, try to chew up some clock, but this is definitely anybody's football game that's still. And would like to thank the People's Bank, another great sponsor tonight. March on Mavericks. The People's Bank is full-service banking. Call them at 620-723-2761. Visit them at www.bellbank.com or just walk in the door at 102 South Oak here in Greensburg. So really, again, tonight, it's been completely a story of quarters. First and third quarters completely belong to the Mavericks, and so far, at least, second and fourth completely belong to the Blue Jays.
And ironically enough, the wind.
It's coincidentally or not, it's always the team with the wind at their backs that's scoring the touchdowns.
Maybe it's a psychological thing, too.
Davis going to field that kick at about the 10. And he's going to bring it out past the 20, out to about the 23, where the Mavericks will take over first and 10.
One thing I've noticed about Landon Davis, and it kind of concerns me more for his safety than anything else, is that at initial first contact, or when he's about to get tackled, he turns his back to the defender. I'd hate to see him get hit awkwardly from behind.
Slight confusion there about which player was in and which player is out for the Mavericks, but decided that number 44, Cameron Conrad's going to stay in. Handoff goes to Eric Torres, and he's got some good yardage out past the 30.
Now they're getting creative.
Big guy getting the carry there. And Torres sits at 5'11" and 245. Little bit of a change of pace from Poncho Bandman.
A little bit more difficult to tackle. Yeah, you're gonna have to really wrap him up.
That's a nice gain of about 8 for Torres. Brings up second and 2.
I'd like to see some more of this, to be honest with you.
He's lining up as the back again. Looks like he's going to be doing some lead blocking for Davis, but not a lot of room there. Be a gain of about 1 to bring up third and 1.
This drive really needs to chew up some clock for the Mavericks.
Couple first downs would be nice from the coaching staff's point of view, and Torres happy to oblige.
That's the way I like to see the ball ran. You see the defender and you lower your shoulder to make contact.
Torres gets the ball past midfield out to the 39 of the Blue Jays, moving the chains. Staying in bounds as well, so that clock continues to tick down, which is exactly what the Mavericks want at this point. Tell you, they would like nothing better than a 5-minute drive capped by a touchdown at this point, I think. Torres again, and again he's got room, breaking tackles for a first down inside the 25.
I love watching big guys run. Maybe it's because I'm a big guy myself, so.
Big guys, a lot of momentum heading north-south. Good things can happen. And this drive so far, good things are happening for the Mavericks.
Yeah, especially with Bandman on the bench.
Torres again with the carry. And again, he's got room. And again, he stays in bounds. Again, a first down. Tell you, that's exactly what the Mavericks are wanting right now, or exactly what they need right now.
3 consecutive plays that were identical. 3 consecutive first downs that were identical. I'm going to guess, just going out on a limb here, they're going to hand it off to Torres over on the right-hand side.
Well, you're right. Not quite as many yards there as there were in the last few plays, but still nice positive yardage. Unfortunately, looks like there is a Blue Jay down. That is number 55, Tayton Cunningham. A little slow getting up, but looks like he's going to stay in the game. Gain of about 5 there for Torres. Brings up second and 5.
Left-hand side. Nope, right-hand side, again.
If it ain't broke. Although, only 2 yards there for the Mavericks on that play. And that's going to bring up third and 3. But the plus side clock continues to tick. Now closing in on 7 minutes to play. Still a lot of time.
I would fake it now and run a little around with Landon over to the left-hand side. Or just hand it off.
Coach Young play calling seems to be working out for the Mavericks just fine as Torres muscles his way into the end zone. And tell you, that's a huge lift for the Mavericks, gives them a little more breathing room. And again, that play or that drive took off about 3 minutes from the clock. So
5 consecutive identical plays resulting in a touchdown.
And to be fair, it is a much different look than the Mavericks have shown all night. Again, usually relying on speed, quickness, and misdirection, but that drive all about power running to the north-south. Davis.
There's the landing keeper to the left. I was a play behind.
You were one step ahead. You weren't a play behind, you were a step ahead.
Yes.
Still, good results for the Mavericks as they now lead 42-22 and are in a much better position, a more comfortable position than they were just a few minutes ago. As we'll take another look at the extra point there by Davis. And the tall order for the Blue Jays is now a little just that much more tall as they now have 20 points to make up and under 7 minutes to do it in. But again, with the way their offense is structured, big plays are always around the corner. Big passing plays, wind to their back.
But if the Mavericks get the ball and hand it off to Torres over and over and over again and move the chains over and over and over again, I don't see anything wrong with that. And we'd like to thank Centera Bank for being a sponsor of this evening's football game. Centera Bank, it's a pleasure. You can visit their website at www.centerabank.com.
Again, 5 great locations.
Great locations. Greensburg being one of them.
So nice confidence-boosting drive there for the Mavericks. Again, their starting quarterback out of the game at this point with an apparent ankle injury. But that didn't slow them down at all, as Torres very much got a lot of damage on the right side, took some time off the clock, and put 8 points on the board, including the PAT. Conradi fields that kick, and he'll bring the ball past the 25 out to about the 26, which is where the Blue Jays will take over. And got to think that as we get closer to the end of this game, the passing game for the Blue Jays is just going to very much factor into how much of a shot they've got. But again, with the wind of their back, it's been very potent.
Score quickly.
McCann, no running backs, out of the shotgun. Going to roll to his right. And trying to find Conradi just a little high, and that ball falls incomplete.
And Davis almost had a chance at intercepting that off the tip.
So 2nd and 10 for the Blue Jays. McCann back to pass again, rolling to his right. Going deep. Whoa. And that is a late flag, and it looks like that's going to be called an interference call on Aaron Heft. McCann again looking for number 14, Caleb Walker. Now Heft didn't look like he made much contact there, but he never really turned back to look for that ball. We'll take a look here at the replay. Yeah, might have been some contact there.
I don't see much contact whatsoever there. That was a fairly, especially with the official.
The flag came in from quite a distance.
Yeah, almost as long as the pass, it looked like. The way the flag came soaring in there.
Well, it's a 15-yard penalty, not from the spot of a foul in high school football, so it'll be 1st and 10 from the 39 for the Blue Jays. Quick pass. Conradi's got it, and nice forward yardage there for the Blue Jays as they get inside the 25 down to the 23. And again, hurry up, no huddle offense for the Blue Jays. McCann back to pass again. Lots of time, rolling to his left. Tries to find Conradi. Falls incomplete.
The Maverick defensive line is starting to really get tired chasing McCann all over the field.
And that's, again, just an added benefit of his mobility is he's not just sitting in the pocket. He's
rolling
making
out,
people chase him.
and finding the open guy, too.
Again, out to his right. He's going to keep it on the ground this time. And he is tackled there after a gain of about 8. I believe that was number 55 on the tackle, Sammy Cervantes.
And Aaron Heft might be out of gas.
Yeah, out of the game at this point. McCann keeping it again around the left side.
And Katie about got ran over, our camera woman on the sideline.
That might be a good replay. No,
maybe not.
Different angle. Oh, there we go.
Got a real nice up-close look of McCann.
Nice run by McCann, brings up 1st and goal from the 6. And Blue Jays have only taken up about a minute on this drive and are threatening to score.
Oh!
That ball almost picked off.
Torres almost had an interception, hit him right in the numbers.
Wasn't expecting it. Usually McCann's throws are right on the money at the receiver.
Yeah.
So brings up 2nd and goal.
A little over 5.5 minutes to go in the game.
Tell you one thing about this Blue Jay offense, it is very much structured to make up deficits in a hurry. They can score without taking much time off the clock, which is what they're going to have to do to come back in this game, but doing it so far on this drive. And McCann, he's going to get away from number 51, Hess. And he'll be forced out of bounds, shy of the goal line. That'll bring up 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. Actually, we'll call that the 1-yard line. So, but the Mavericks, if you remember back to previous drive, this is where the Mavericks D really kind of stiffened its back and prevented a touchdown at 1st and goal. See if they have that same magic in them here.
Quick handoff.
Yeah, not a play the Blue Jays have really been running at all tonight, and not expected by the Mavericks D, and that leads to 6 points. So
really quick handoff.
Just a minute and a half taken off of the clock on that drive by the Blue Jays, and really the Mavericks, I'm going to say they're going to need to continue moving those chains if they want to keep this lead.
I would like to see Torres continue to get the ball.
Pitch goes to Conradi. And nice open tackle there by number 55. That is Sammy Cervantes saving the 2 points. So potentially big again in these games that end up being close. The extra points can make all the difference in the world. So good news for the Mavericks there as they're able to snuff that one out. Just note that Aaron Heff still on the sideline for the Mavericks, not in the huddle, so hopefully nothing too serious with Aaron going on. But during this timeout, go Mavericks from Operation Christmas Child Shoebox, brought to you by the Greensburg First United Methodist Church. Look for the donation boxes at the volleyball game on October 21st and the football game on October 24th. Please bring hygiene items, small toys, and school supplies, or visit the collection center at the First United Methodist Church at 600 West Lincoln Avenue here in Greensburg. So we'll see what the strategy is on the kickoff here. Maybe a little premature for anything a little too tricky, but we'll see what the coaching staff decides to do for the Ashland Blue Jays. Down 14 with 5.5 minutes to play.
Of note, he did set the football straight up this time, so wouldn't surprise me to see an onside kick here.
That's exactly what happens, but it gets behind everybody and goes out of bounds.
Yeah, the first indication that they were going to do an onside was the placement on the tee.
Be normal? Well, with
and
that,
maybe the score, too.
With that flag on the kick, Mavericks will take over 1st and 10 from the 25. And they're going to do their best to see if they can't move the chains another few times on this drive and chew up some clock. Up 14 with 5.5 minutes to play. So again, Davis, quarterback, and Torres going to get the ball around the right side. Decides to cut up the middle. He'll end up gaining about 4. And Mavericks have another player slow to get up. That's Holguin. But so that brings up 2nd and 6 for the Mavericks. Again, doing their best to chew up as much clock as they can here on these drives. Pretty much just running between the tackles and letting that play clock get within 5 seconds before they snap it. And as usual, it's a run around the right side for Torres. And again, pretty good room. And looks like he's going to have enough yards for a first down out past the 35.
And if it isn't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. And truthfully, for the Mavericks at this point, they probably like consistent 5-yard carries better than consistent 15-yard carries.
I'd like to see him run to the left with Torres, though. Switch it up a little bit.
Well, as you pointed out, don't mess with it until it's broken. So as long as they're continuing to make nice yardage and move those chains, that's all they care about at this point. And Torres has given it to them on the last 2 drives. Again, Mavericks being patient, letting that clock tick down. As at this point, we're nearing 4.5 minutes to play. And this time, Davis going to keep it. And he breaks a tackle. It looks like he was going to be stopped for a loss, but
wow.
One thing Davis has done very well tonight is break tackles.
Yeah, that is fairly impressive.
Determination.
Let's see here, he's 1. Let's count. Just 2. Well, second guy toggled him, but
still.
Had him stopped. It's line of scrimmage, yeah.
Turn no gain to a gain of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. And again, clock ticking down, 3:45 to play. And ball gets behind Davis. And he is going to be dropped for a loss. And that's going to bring up 3rd and long for the Mavericks. And Nick Moll slow to get up for the Mavericks. That's really something that's been kind of scary to see for the Mavericks tonight. They've had quite a few players who
dinged up,
have been dinged up, slow to get up. At this point, looks like Poncho Bandon's the only player that's been completely knocked out of this game. But still, a lot of guys who have been slow to get up here or there. 3rd and 9 for the Mavericks. Handoff goes to Torres. And he fights forward. Going to be shy of a first down, and this is really going to be an interesting play call for the Maverick coaching staff because they're now in 3rd and achievable, or 4th and achievable. Call it 4th and 4 instead of 4th and long, but they need to decide: do they play it safe, try to punt it, make the field as long as possible for the very potent passing game of the Blue Jays, or do they try to really kind of put the nail in the coffin with a first down here and run out the remainder of this clock?
You go for it on 4th down.
Looks like they're going to go for it.
Yep.
And Torres is going to get the first down and more. Only McCann can stop him. He does, but not before he gets down to the 11-yard line. And I think a good play call there, or a good call going for it on 4th down by the Mavericks coaching staff, because truthfully at this point, I don't see a 60-yard field being much different to the Blue Jay offense than a 40-yard field.
No, I do not either.
As it is, that's a fresh set of chains for the Mavericks. And before they snap the ball again, it's going to be inside of 2 minutes left to play.
And I would be safe to say that this game is almost in the books.
And Torres, he's going to bring it in on the right side. Tell ya, been very impressed with Torres' running ability tonight.
Very impressed.
So he gets his second touchdown of the night. And really, thanks to his running, that's those are the first points the Mavericks have had going into the win. His 2 touchdowns here in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
But as it is, they've opened up another 20-point lead. See if they can make it 22 with the PAT. Low snap. Hands it off to Torres. Barrels forward, and he's going to break the plane. Brings the score to 50-28 with 1:48 to play. Take another look there. And this is of Torres' touchdown run. Again, nice patient running, especially for a big guy, just letting his blockers get in the way of the defenders and finding the hole on the right side.
Really, on that 4th down play, he did a pretty amazing job outpacing. I mean, the one guy that ran him down is McCann, and McCann's one of the fastest guys on the field right now. So
very athletic for one of the larger Maverick players.
And just a reminder to stay healthy. Stay healthy. Get your flu shot, available now at the Kiowa County Health Department. The flu is one bad bug. Did you get your flu shot, Matt?
Not yet. I don't think they actually are starting the program until Monday.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Will you be getting a flu shot?
Starting next week, please visit the health department, and always a good idea to give yourself the best shot at not getting sick this winter.
Ah, nice pun. Give yourself the best shot.
I was not even aware. That is the best pun that you're not even aware of.
Yes.
You say any pun you're aware of is a bad pun. Maybe not. But Conradi fields that kick, and he is going to break the tackles. No flags on that kickoff return, and just like that, they're back within 2 scores.
And I most definitely expect an onside kick, even before they place the ball on the tee.
Definitely, really at this point, with as much success as the Mavericks have had with Torres running the ball, again, not just the fact that they've been moving the chains, but it's just been nice, steady chunks of yardage that has moved, that dwindling that clock. Really, the only shot Ashland has at this point is to keep the ball out of possession of the Mavericks. First things first, however.
Well, and really, if the Mavericks maintain possession, all they have to do is knee. I mean, we're well within the.
Well, I'm trying to think. The Blue Jays, I don't believe, have taken a timeout in the second half, so
I think they've taken at least one.
They'll be able to stop the clock at least a couple times, but really, with the 25-second play clock,
2 or 3 seconds between.
And the other thing just to keep in mind after that no good PAT is even if, hypothetically, Ashland's able to score twice quickly here, they're going to have to make both PATs to even tie it, down by 16.
Right.
And again, great sponsor for tonight is People's Insurance, proud supporter of the Mavericks. Home, auto, farm, business, and crop insurance. They carry Farmers Alliance, Columbia Insurance Group, Continental Western, Safeco, EMC Insurance Companies, Allstate, Progressive, and Rain and Hail LLC. They put their clients first. Visit them at peoplesinsuranceks.com. Contact them at 620-723-2809. So, again, a little breath of life there for the Blue Jays. It looked like that long drive, touchdown drive for the Mavericks kind of broke, put the nail in the coffin. But I tell you, if you take that ensuing kickoff back for 6 points yourself, at least give yourself that little glimmer of hope. But again, with 1:38 left to play, down by 16, still a very tall order ahead of the Blue Jays. Well, we'll see if that was a very big limb you went out on, Travis, saying there'd be an onside kick here. But if you were to bet me, I would not take that bet. I would say almost definitely it will be onside here. Going onside to the right this time. And that's fielded nicely by Torres. And he'll be down at the 37-yard line of the Mavericks. And that may be the nail in the coffin, as there's 1:35 left to play. And Ashland can only stop the clock one or two more times. See if the Mavericks will just take a knee or if they'll keep trying to move the ball forward. And Davis going to keep it, run forward. He's got room. And he's not going to be stopped until McCann forces him out of bounds at about the 20. Now I'm going to say that is the nail in the coffin. Although, with, again, that stopped the clock, forcing the ball out of bounds, so Mavericks may still have to try and move the chains one more time if they want to cinch this. .128 left to play again. See the Mavericks cheerleaders there on the sidelines. Torres around the right. And he is going to get in for a touchdown, but I'm thinking that one might be coming back.
There was a holding call.
Indeed, holding called against the Mavericks, so it'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul. That hold did occur downfield a bit. So that'll only back the Mavericks up about 3 yards. Be 1st and 13 from the 24. Same play again. Nice positive yardage, stays in bounds. Not quite enough for a first down, but close. And more important than anything, really, is the clock keeps ticking. Bring up 2nd and 2 from the 12. And inside of a minute left to play, looks like Ashland's not going to go through the formalities of calling those timeouts. And handoff goes to Mole. He's going to get inside the 10, good for a first down. And that won't be quite the last play, I believe, of the game, as there's 35 seconds left on the game clock and only 25 is the play clock. So Mavericks have to take one more snap here. Then this one will become official.
And victory formation.
And Mavericks going to take the knee there for the last play of the game. So that's how we're going to end the first home game of the Mavericks season. Very, very nice win for the Mavericks. They're going to win 50-34 over the Ashland Blue Jays. Get that all-important first win of the season.
And on homecoming, nonetheless.
Yep. Always good to get that win before the festivities continue tonight for the students. But again, really impressive performance. They had a few setbacks, a few injuries here and there, but really a nice total team effort. A lot of good play from the linemen, a lot of good play from Bandman, from Davis, from Torres. Just a nice team win.
And hopefully Bandman is not too injured. He's pretty gimpy. So that could, if Jax is fairly injured, it could put a damper on the rest of the season for the Mavericks.
Well, that's a question for next game, but for tonight, Mavericks come away with the W.
Yep.
And would like to remind everyone that the Kiowa County Media Center does put on a video club Tuesday 6 to 8 p.m. at the Media Center. It's open to 7th through 12th graders in the Kiowa County area. Join up and learn video and broadcasting. Call Grant at 620-723-1117.
If I was still in high school, I would be a part of the video club.
That's tell you, it's a lot of fun. We've got some nice equipment here. A lot of great group of people we're already working with. And we'll leave you tonight with some of our highlights of tonight's game. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had a nice time, just like we did bringing you the game tonight. On behalf of our entire crew, I'm Matt Christensen.
And I'm Travis Barnes.
Have a good night. We'll see you next time.